Good evening. We are live on Greyhound Watchalong for the third round of the Ball Sports Irish Derby. Joined as always by Paul Lawrence. We've got a few guests who I hope will be arriving in due course. One's in America, so could well miss it by several hours, depending on which time zone he works out we're in, or otherwise. The other one's in Ireland, so probably down the pub. Bit of a generalisation, but you never know. Start with a bit of the corporate. As you can see, we are sponsored by Matchbook Betting Exchange. If you sign up, if you haven't got an account with them, if you sign up using the code Watchalong, you can get a £30 free bet if your first bet loses. You don't have to have your first bet on Greyhound racing. You have it on anything you want. So PL, it's a head scratcher of a night's racing, isn't it? We'll either come out of this absolute heroes or penniless.
No, I can't see that happening. I just think you've got to. We were talking earlier on. You've got to box your way through the card, haven't you? That's the thing. And I think it's like anything, Tom. Everything's got its price, and I price a lot of the stuff up. And I've had a few bets earlier in the week, but I think sometimes, again, and that's the beauty of Matchbook and the exchange, is that sometimes you can take an opinion against a dog and you can lay, and you've got the field running for you. So, it'd be interesting to see what Connor and Ryan think tonight as well. And I think that sometimes influences you. Just maybe like sometimes you have a bet and you have a saver as well, and you kind of save down to someone else. And I think I used to do that at Romford, where I used to do my card. I was a slave to my prices, but also I would listen to my pal, Alan Richardson, who was, he kind of thought along the same lines as me as well, but he might have a slightly different opinion, and you kind of take that on board, and it's a way sometimes of not losing, if you like, just to save and get your money back.
Absolutely, and there's a lot to be said for that. And of course, the viewers, there's the comments if you're logged onto YouTube. And if you are logged onto YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. But we usually get some good chat and good ideas on there. Aston Seabridge, a new viewer. Evening, fellas. Evening, Paul. No, evening, Tom. But I won't take that personally. I assume that's someone you know.
No, it's good. Yeah, no, Aston's on Twitter, so maybe you don't follow him, eh?
Maybe doesn't follow me.
Yeah.
Hi, Aston.
Make sure you follow
Keith Park, friend of the show. What's the general bias on heavy track at Shelbourne, PL? All this rain must have taken a toll.
I think there's loads of ways of looking at it, and I don't think you'll really know until you see the races. That's the thing, because we were talking about that earlier on. Sometimes you think, it will favour strong runners because they'll power through the ground, but sometimes because you get a splashback, it favours front runners. So I think it has been raining there quite heavily throughout the day. So
I've seen a few videos. Eddie Goodall put one up, and he said it's been pouring since about 9 o'clock in the morning. So. But it's not a track known for having particularly heavy biases, unlike some. Do you remember that day when we had that storm earlier in the year? And I think Kinsley was the only place that ran, and it was something like 9 trap ones in a row won. And the big thing then was watching Big Jet TV, which was the live stream of the planes coming to Heathrow. They're all over the place. And someone tweeted, if you're not blindly backing red at Kinsley while watching Big Jet TV, what are you doing? Which I enjoyed.
Yeah.
Right, I will just finish the Twitter. I do need to get my non-clicky mouse back, so apologies. You're going to all be subjected to 3 hours of clicking, but it is what it is. There we go. Magnum's extended mixes, regular. Hello. Right, 10 minutes to the off. First race at Shelbourne. Interesting race. We've got Tullig Raven, Explosive Boy, Droopy's next one, Bocco's Crystal, Droopy's nice one, and Kilgrainy Clang. And you can make a case for almost any of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the consensus of opinion was probably that Explosive Boy might be a little bit short of the slight odds-on stroke evens that he was quoted at earlier in the week. Although he's a very quick dog, we're now getting deep in the derby, and there are quick dogs around him. So I slightly favoured Tullig Raven. I thought he was quite impressive in his first round. He probably didn't beat great dogs necessarily, but he was knocked about last week, early doors. If he gets a better break, he might put himself in the race. But I think Bocco's Crystal is another greyhound that has got a chance here to lead off. I think, Tom.
Yeah. So I'm mixing it up today. I've done some alternative videos. So I have basically pitted one dog against another in the videos of the last round. Some I've got all of their runs, but we'll come on to that. So these are from Lids Rise. Now there's 100 spots in a race. There's only 25 frames per second. So where a frame catches, I've got a 4-to-1 chance of getting it in the right place. So it could be 4 one way, it could be 4 the other way. But this should be accurate within 8 spots of the traps Lids rising. So the two I was interested in this race were Explosive Boy, who in this video is running out of trap 1 in the video on the right, and Bocco's Crystal, who is running out of trap 4. And we'll watch them go around. So as we're going into the bend, they are pretty much in the same position. Explosive Boy possibly slightly further in front. And this is what we talk about. Sectionals only tell you some of the story in races. I've got a slow motion, but they'll give you the time to there. But what we're really interested in is what they're doing there. And they are actually in a very, very, very similar position at that point in the race. We'll carry it on.
And Bocco's Crystal actually cut the bend as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Thank you very, very much to GRI for letting us use these videos. I use the W or the E of Welcome to Shelbourne for these, but again, they are in the same position, I would say, like for like. This runs deep is another good vantage point. And then coming for home, yeah, Explosive Boy is in front at that point.
He kind of edges away, and
yeah, but it's not a huge difference. And Explosive Boy is currently 1.99, and Bocco's Crystal is 6.4, and the difference to me, to the eye, isn't big enough to justify that variance in price.
Yeah.
Here's Connor.
All right, lads, how's it going?
Hello, good to have you here.
Good to be on. Good to be back.
Connor?
PM, been raining, not really ideal for Explosive Boy. Try would have been perfect. Flash out, scoot round, could be heavy going. Big Dog's got the edge, beefcakes. PM, obsessed with the weights of dogs, but it's an interesting angle that no one else really takes. So always welcome. We do like PM. How are you, Connor?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, just there in the weights. Like, I would never be, as you said, like pushed from a dog usually on that. But when you get into the likes of like a Hoodoo Brown who's 86 pounds, you know, that's a big difference. Like for me, like that's extreme weights. You know, anything around 82, 83, 84 pounds is fine. Like especially Shelbourne Park over 550. But like Hoodoo Brown, when you're pushing that 86 territory, that's why he doesn't win as much races as he should for his pace. But yeah, I know. I see him on Twitter a lot. He's obsessed with the weights of dogs. So
yeah, we like an obsession on this. What's your fancy in this race, Connor?
Look, Tom, I'll be pretty frank with you about this whole card. This is a card for watching. It's not for
no, that's not what we want, Connor.
It is. It's watch along. It's not punt along. So I literally I've looked at this card for a couple of hours, like, and I just sit back and enjoy, like, you know. There's a lot of favourites that it's hard to oppose them, but then how do you justify some of their prices, like, you know? It's just that type of card, like Explosive Boy. He should be different grade to most of the dogs in this race, but then would I go in and back him with those odds? Probably not, you know. Look, he's an absolute professional, has massive CV, big races to his name, bet them all, was in the Derby final last year when he wasn't even running probably to the same level as he was, but it's just that pace to the bend doesn't seem to be as there as it was when he was a pup. He seems to be more of a 5.75 strong running type of dog now. Like I think he's won 3 of his big last races, the Dundalk International, the Select Stakes, he's won it from off the pace, which when you watch Explosive Boy when he was a pup, you thought, sure, if he's not in front at the second bend, he's never going to win a race. Like, so yeah, look, it's just sit back and watch. The Baco's bitching 4 is like, she's unbelievable. Like, she's just such a good prospect.
So
like,
as you can see from what I was doing, fiddling about there, I've even done a slow motion. You can tell I've had a slow day today. But they are like for like all the way along here, and you can look at the gap in the rail. But she's turning left and squeezing out that bit of room, that free bit of space that Explosive Boy's got all the way around. So it's only going to take a head of difference between them for one or the other to get ahead.
Yeah, look, I do like. He is a well-experienced dog, and you'd always fancy a dog against a bitch. She's very young and inexperienced, but she's bundles of talent. Like she went into that Cork Run race stake, and I just looked at her sprint runs that around Cork 17:40. I think she qualified in, and then she went into that Cork Oak or the Cork Oaks. I think it was over 45 stake. Look, she has the ability, but if she can turn over Explosive Boy, would be amazed. It's just. The problem for her is she has to lead to beat him, but he can still win the race from behind. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've seen him pick up Born Warrior in the first round when you toss her, like he's dead and buried at this stage, and he'll still get up. I can't back him, but I can't oppose him. It's just that type of race, like. But there's loads of good bitches in this race, like Troopy's next one and Troopy's nice one are 2 unbelievably talented bitches as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like really top end. Like, and look, Tulloch Raven did 29:30 in the first round. Bit of a hard dog to work out. His early form, like, he did a huge run in Tralee, and then like if you took away the Tralee run, he disappointed in Limerick won the night when he ran against Cork Kelly Nester, and then did a huge run the first round. Kind of hard to explain his run last week. He was just a mile off Ballinabull Ed and Cork Kelly Nester again. Like, so. Look, obviously very talented dog as well if he got going, but has the engine. Just if he has to pull it all together. But yeah, look, it's Explosive Boy all the way for me. But I wouldn't be going in and backing him.
Yeah, it'd be no surprise to Explosive Boy win, and probably isn't a dog to lay. But I think the price is plenty short enough. You had a bit of an angle on Tully Graven here, PL.
Yeah, I did. I thought he was really impressive. I know he didn't beat too much in his first round, but he's only a young greyhound that has only had 5 runs, and just thought he trapped okay in the first round. Okay from middle draw, and he did get crowded and bustled about, and just wondered whether if he got any kind of break, he could match Explosive Boy to the turn. And the danger is they do tangle again because they're probably looking to stay fairly tight to the rails. But we're going in.
All loaded.
Getting a big price now.
Almost. What are they doing with 6 at the back?
Just about to be checked over then. This is the Irish Derby 3rd round, Heat 1. Tulloch Raven in 1, Explosive Boy in 2, Droopy's next one in 3, Bocco's Crystal 4, Droopy's nice one in 5, and Kilgranny Clang in the stripes of 6. Stand by. And they race away, and Tulloch Raven gets a smart start and holds Explosive Boy into the turn, and Tulloch Raven will go round in front here. A length or so clear from Explosive Boy, then a gap back to Droopy's next one. Trying to make progress is Droopy's nice one down the far side, but extending away now. It's Tulloch Raven. He's shot 3 lengths clear around the last 2 turns, ahead of the favourite Explosive Boy, trying to pick up his Droopy's nice one. They've pulled clear of the chasing pack, and up towards the line is Tulloch Raven. He's just about got to see it out. A length or so clear from Explosive Boy, and back in 3rd, Droopy's nice one to qualify safely to the next round. But a good effort from Tulloch Raven.
Very good call. Very, very good call. And Brian Keneally joins us as well.
Hello. How are we?
And our first,
Ryan.
does Ireland count as international? So you're in from America.
I'm in from America, North Carolina. Yeah, bit of problems with the Wi-Fi, so if it does go down, that's why, right?
Seems all right so far.
I had to move, but no, yeah. So yes, good to see you all. Hope you're well, and yeah, are we winning?
We are, yeah. We're in front, not by much.
We're really
in
well, yeah. We
front.
just got the first winner. Woohoo!
So what prize?
I think it was like 6-1,
took
but
a
it
bit
was
of
more of a
fives, and
saver.
drifted out to sixes on the
unfortunately.
bet.
Yeah.
That's okay. I've heard there's rain. How bad's the going there?
Can't be
I'm
too
not
bad.
sure
He
what
did
the winning
17,
time was.
15. He did 17-15 to Tour Bend, so must be going all right.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Okay. No, good. Have we been all right? Paul, busy?
Busy enough, yeah. Just there's loads of cards always to do in there, videos to watch.
There is, yeah. The look been good?
What about you?
Yeah, so it's been a bit manic coming here, but yeah, I've managed to. I get a lot of time off in the daytimes, so it's perfect to just watch the evening racing and stuff. My look's been all right so far.
So you're doing football coaching, what, at a university?
It's at a club, so I'm doing under 18s, under 13s.
Which club?
Carolina, so North Carolina they're called. It's like the one below, 2 leagues below MLS. It's their like under 18 youth team. So I've been doing that. Yeah, been here.
Are Americans as bad at football as everyone says?
They are terrible. Making sure no one's here. They are. Let's make sure that no one was here near me. They're not very good at all. Americans are not.
I used to play. Well, I'll come on to it. I used to play Sunday League in the lowest league in Cambridgeshire on a Sunday in the lowest division, and we finished last in the league every single season.
You were getting to my team probably.
And we had this lad who played for us, and he was fucking terrible. He was so bad, young lad, and he made this like video of him doing skills and stuff because he could do a few keepy uppies. Ended up getting this all expenses paid degree done in America at a university, worth like hundreds and hundreds of thousands.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was home within a year. And you wanted to ask what happened. When he turned up at football, he had doubled in size. He had ballooned to the size of twice the man he was before. And he basically got so fat that they'd sent him home.
Wow. I'm telling you though, it is impossible not to put weight on. The food here is ridiculous. Everything's just big size and it's just full of fat, salt, sugar, and cheese. Everything. Like
it is delicious, though.
Oh, it is. We went to a Hooters last night.
I bet you did.
Honestly,
I don't think you went for the food, lad.
Hey, they have so food there, do they, Connor? Honestly, I was just they're massive, and the food's all right as well. In fairness, so we went there last night. The food is ridiculous, but no, Americans. Yeah, I've got no Americans around me. I won't say Americans are only good at sports that no other fucker plays. You know what I mean? Like no one plays American football. No one plays baseball, and they call it the World Series. You know what I mean? Like actual sports that we play, they don't really get involved in, do they? So
yeah, it's not a decent commercial break between.
Nah, it's not full. It's not at all. So that's
all
right.
Okay. Yeah, in unrelated football news, I'm making my return to 11-a-side football tomorrow. I'm now old enough to play veterans football.
Oh, so, walking football.
It's not. It's not walking football. That's the next step. But, so tomorrow morning, my first game of 11-a-side in over 10 years. Which is
what position are you?
Left back.
Left back.
Left back in the changing rooms.
If you no offense, you was bad. You're in the bottom league, over 35, and they bombed you out to left back as well. That's bad.
I could just stay out of trouble then. Yeah. Anyway, we've got 9 minutes to the off in an excellent Greyhound race there. Romeo Majiko, Ballymac Finn, Stephens Rock, Kaliko Phelps, Magical Cuba, and Mustang Jet. What do you fancy, Ryan?
I'm going to go with Eddie. I'm going to take on Romeo Magico. I just don't think that. I probably think once probably his best tracks with all the Greyhound. I don't think he can afford. He's capable of misbreakers. We're seeing the dog's an aeroplane. We all know that. You've seen that in the first round when he completely missed it, and the run he did off for first round was just monstrous. If he comes away okay and there's trouble at the bend, then and he gets a run, he's pretty likely winning. I'm going to take him on here. I'm just going to give a chance to Mustang Jet on the outside.
Mustang Jet, interesting.
Yeah, just because I just think it's got its draw in trap 6. I just think it's got every chance to get on the outside. If there is a bit of trouble on the inside, I'll just take a chance on Mustang Jet just to get a nice one on the outside. It wouldn't be my bet would be Lane Magico if I'm going to do that. Okay, I just think it can't afford to give these kind of dogs a start. Okay, so I'm just going to take a chance on the outside 6 at a price just to just get a good run. And hopefully we can get one beat, but I would still like Magico to go on top as he was my anti-post bet.
Okay. Connor, and a request, Connor. Can you just tuck your microphone down towards your mouth because we've got a lovely bit of heavy breathing at the moment. There we go. Much improved. What do you fancy in this one, Connor?
Yeah, I thought it was a tough enough race as well. I wouldn't be going in back in Magico or Ballymac Finn. It's just it could just get messy on the inside. I was thinking like Ryan, look for the outside. I would go with Magical Cuba, just on the basis that he's a pure strong running dog, proper 575 Greyhound. My one thing about Mustang Jet is he has to find himself near the front out of the second bend. Doesn't really stay 550. He's huge from 2 to 3. But
this is
I just thought
Cuba here in trap 5.
In trap 5, yeah. So look, he's just very fast dog. Pack of foil trains him. Did a huge 550 run there earlier in the year. Look, I just thought he could. This is a race that could pan out. If there's trouble the inside, I just think he's a dog to come from behind. Mustang Jet just has he will lead Magical Cuba, but I just thought if there's any bit of trouble, he's probably a dog to come from behind to win the race. So I think he's a decent price. I'm not sure what price he's off the top of my head, but he's a decent enough price anyway. So yeah, I'll go with Magical Cuba.
Magical Cuba. We'll have a quick look at Mustang Jet as well. Who was in race 5, trap 6? My worry in this is 5 and 6 the wrong way round. 5 wants to be in 6, 6 wants to be in 5.
I would expect though 6 should clear 5 though.
I think it will. I know what you said. I always like.
I don't know if they will. Because you got Mustang Cuba's done a 344, Jet's done 342, 344. I don't think there's any guarantee of either of them clearing each other.
I just think if I had 2 wide runners, I know what you say. 2 wide runners, I'd still rather a wide runner be in 6 for me. I think it's just a natural draw for a wide runner to come from.
Yeah.
And I'm just hoping that he comes away. As long as he comes away as he can, I think he will lead the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It's a case of if anything turns handy, Mustang Jet probably gets beat. But yeah, there could be a little trouble. If Magico misses it, paces up, then yeah, there could be a bit of mess on the inside. So yeah, for me, I'll be laying Magico and then playing the outside 5 and 6.
And what's your view, PL?
The Ballymac Finn was a young, improving dog. If he starts like he has in his last 2, he was second behind Good Cody when Good Cody did the flashy run in the first round. And he showed nice pace last time out in the second round, Finn. And I think it actually shows that he was in 4 in the first round and 1 in the second round. It actually shows that 2 and 3 is a better box for him. I think he'll stay fairly straight from 2. He might edge up a little bit. I thought Stephen's Rock was showing nice pace. And I thought that Mustang Jet would have to do everything right because his trait is to cut the bend. And I think he could have plenty to think about with both Ballymac Finn and Stephen's Rock maybe on his inside. Romeo Magico has charged the chaps twice now. And he can break better, but I would always probably expect him to break better from the middle. And yet, he's been running out of 2 and 4 in the first 2 rounds. He's now switched to 1. Don't necessarily know whether that'll help him or not, but you wouldn't want him to see him come out of the boxes because he's going to unleash that back straight pace. Yeah. If he's anywhere near any of these dogs. So, yeah, it's a tough enough race. Magical Cooper to me is one of those dogs that relies on a break, and if he breaks, he's probably going to find himself tussling with Mustang Jet to the turn. So yeah, and again, I had him wide from the first to the second, whereas I got Mustang Jet cut in the bend. So they're definitely drawn the wrong way around. So that's why I kind of saw good things happening to the dogs on the inside, probably really. And I was fairly sweet on Ballymac Finn, but he's got to a price now where he's too short for me.
Yeah, Majiko and Finn were the other way round for most of the week,
I would just be worried for Ballymac Finn. Is the problem is that Romeo Magical doesn't really trap. I know he's charged the boxes the last 2 weeks, but he doesn't normally trap anyway. The problem I would have for him is Romeo Magical was ridiculous pace from the winning line to the third bend, and he could actually push. Like even if Ballymac Finn comes out, I'd just be worried that Romeo Magical's pace in the inside, he could just push him off the bend, or cause trouble that way. I just think it's not a great draw for him. I'd be worried now. You said you'd be better off if he was in 1 and Magical's in 2. But look, he's just one of them dogs, Magical. He doesn't really ever trap, and he's never trapped over 550 in Shelburne.
No, so I put them up against each other in a video which I've been playing out, but let's have another look at it. So we've got a few logical points. So at that point, Finn, who was in 1 in the video on the bottom right, is a fair way in front. Into the first bend, and the edge of the rail, Finn is still in front. I'll get to our next logical point, which is the edge of the ball sports sign.
Yeah, I think a lot of this, Tom, is going to depend on it's really how Magico starts, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if he starts better, then all of a sudden he's going to get into the contest, like Connor says.
Is Magico faster getting after dogs as well, though? I know he can do it off the front, but obviously look at that run in the Easter Cup.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Oh, he's from the winning line to the third bend. He's one of the best dogs in the country. Like, I mean, it's just massive pickup. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, look, it's just two is an exceptional pup. The Ballymac pup, like he's only in November. It's crazy to think that, like, but just this is a tough ass. Like, this is I know he's bet Go Coley in that, or he ran behind Go Coley and he bet Hoodoo Brown last week. But this is a big test.
They're all in. 8-2. Romeo Magico in 1. Ballymac Finn in 2. Stefan's Rock in 3. Kaliko Phelps 4. Magical Cooper 5. And Mustang Jet in 6. Stand by. And they race away. And Ballymac Finn gets a start. Looking to clear Romeo Magico into the turn. Oh, and there was bumping and boring there. And Mustang Jet got a bit of a knock, but Ballymac Finn into the third turn now with Magico shooting up the inside, and he goes on now 2 lengths clear from Ballymac Finn, who's trying to battle back in behind these. Then comes Kaliko Phelps staying on for a place up towards the line. Romeo Magico goes on and scores by a couple from Ballymac Finn, with Kaliko Phelps getting that all-important third spot for Liam Dowling.
It's fine margins, I think this game, isn't it? Yeah.
He just broke that little bit better tonight, didn't he, Magico?
Come out right, and he's come out normal, really.
Finn's almost made the bend.
Yeah.
Almost made the bend.
But, things like that, though, why Magico is
run off, didn't it, Steph?
The best, isn't it? Yeah. He runs an unbelievable bend. He just runs an unbelievable bend.
He's just 2 or 3 as well, and
he's
shot up the pipe.
There's no better sight in the sport than watching a dog take off down the back. For me, so the speed there, it's just a really good sight.
And actually, Connery did a 17:30 to the third, which actually breaking back, he did a 17:28 last week. I think he'd go a bit better than that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's just he's just giving himself a handicap from the start, like not breaking, as you says, like difference, as you says, is that the cool if any Hoffas and that are doing the super third bend clocks because they're doing 330 sectionals, or Romeo Magical's probably only doing 360s, 350s, you know.
Yeah.
Like even in the English Derby final, like I fancied Magico in the final purely because he was in four, so surely the 4 box will fire him out. And he walked out last, and he still got up the inside of Kildare to bend, like, you know.
Yeah.
Like you never expect him to win like that,
He
you know.
cracked
But look,
cleverly,
he's just
he did,
hold on, that was a proper performance to put that away. Like he just got the job done, you know.
Just going
Pace
about
up
his
the
business,
inside.
isn't he? Just going about
Yeah,
his business.
he's crazy from 2 to 3. Like,
Yeah, he is. Take for 3 good dogs to knock him out at this stage, though.
yeah, and to be fair to him, like he's probably hit his prime now. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he was very undercooked going into competition. I think he'd won official sprint in Cork. I think he'd won private 55 in Clonmel, and then he was just thrown into the Derby. Like so, like next he's coming right at the right time. So
Yes, indeed. You spoke to Joe in a while, Paul. What you say? Can you hear me?
Say again?
So you spoke to Joseph in a while, the brother.
No, I haven't. No, I've not. No, I've not spoken to him. No.
They lost today, Hinkley, so be in a right bad mood, he will.
Yeah, I meant to check before we came in here, and I was doing so much. We was talking to Tom was sort of giving me a few clues really, just to go back and refresh my memory.
Yeah.
Just about some of the later races. I did a lot of the form for this on Tuesday, and then when the prices came out, I was sort of nibbling away, and of course it all changes, doesn't it? Throughout the week until now, it kind of the market settled down. And,
yeah. What's your nap tonight? If I missed it.
So no. Do you know? I suppose that one of the biggest bets I've had is in the last heat, Ring a Bella Boy.
Okay.
Back to the 20s. So yeah, I got 20s and 22s actually.
Did you?
And he could go off 33s. I don't know, but I just thought he had a really good chance.
Okay, Paul Dog.
Better than a 20-1 chance. Put it that way.
Yeah. Connor, what do you fancy in that?
And which heat?
Heat 8.
Last one.
This one. I have Vincenzo. I think he's different grade, to be honest. Yeah, like it's too short. Like I said to the lads at the start, like it's just a card for watching.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to oppose a lot of the big favourites. And then certainly can't back them. It's as simple as that. Like, you know, you just don't jump in. But Vincenzo, like he was just so dominant in that puppy 550 stake. Just thought he was just a better class of dog than what's in the heat. Like he shouldn't be getting bet in that heat, to be honest with you. Fernandez is probably the only one that can challenge him. Gore Kelly Nestor is a funny dog. I could never work him out. To be fair to him, he got to the semi-final of the Derby last year, and like last week, he's literally ran all over. Like not all over, but kept whip, bound the bullet head. Like when you were looking at the race last week, I couldn't believe the time after seeing how close Gore Kelly Nestor was to him.
Yeah.
But then again, saying in that 550 in the Derby trial stick in Limerick, Gore Kelly Nestor beats Tullagrave in 7 lengths. And it's not like Tullagrave got huge trouble in the race, like so.
Yeah,
he's just a dog I could never really work out. But yeah, look, I would expect Vincenzo to put them away. Like, but sure, what is he going to be 4 to 6?
Yeah, it'd be odds on, definitely odds on to put him. And Paul, yeah, I think you're getting about 20 to 1 probably on your one Ring a Bella Boy. What do you think? He just gets a run, Paul, the race.
I just thought there wasn't to choose between Vincenzo to the turn last summer. He was in 4 and he edged in and he got crowded a little bit. And I just thought if they broke level and he and you know, listen, he might not break out of it. I don't know, but at 20 to 1, I'm willing to find out. And I just thought he was a completely, you know, I had him sort of 3 times shorter than that, and I just thought he was the wrong price. So I've had to go with him.
So next race, Hanover Phantom, Macho Pride, Barefoot Supremo, Patient Crusader, Savannah Hero, and Bullet from a Gun. What do you fancy, Connor?
Yeah, I'm not going to try and reinvent the wheel or anything. Like, I thought Barefoot Supreme was getting a drop in grade. The one problem I would have was he usually wins from off the pace, and it's when you're backing short odds favourites, it's not usually ideal to be doing that. But like, yeah, look, it's just hard to oppose him. It just seems to be it's Savannah Hero is probably the only one you could take him on with, in my opinion. But he's also a funny dog as well. I can't really work him out. And there's nights where he comes from off the pace. There's nights where he hits the front and he doesn't come home. Doesn't have the greatest win record. I think before he won the race, I think he won a race 2 weeks before the Derby. I think he'd won one race in Toaster when he was sold. I think he went 7 or 8 months without winning a race. So he's just not a dog I would have massive faith in. But yeah, look, Barefoot. I thought Hennessy would probably have a double tonight with Price's Jet and with Barefoot. So
We'll have a look at Barefoot here, who's running out of trap 4.
he shows absolute massive pace in this race.
Forced that
Yeah, he
ride
ran
there,
off at the
lost
turn,
good 2-3 lengths there.
And like it's Born Warrior and Marie's Wedding that's in front of him in this heat as well. Like
Mm-hmm.
No, mugs out there. Top dogs.
I actually don't think it's impossible for Barefoot Supremo to lead this race.
Oh no, like even he did a 340 odd sectional, didn't he, last week? So it's yeah, if he leads, I can tell you he'll win by some distance. It'd be dial a distance, like.
Yeah, well, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gone miles wide there, and what's he clocked? 29.58. Jeez, 29.58 with that.
But like you said it's like it's Marie's Wedding and Born Warrior that are front from like these two of the proper top dogs in the country. Like like Born Warrior is gonna be short favorite tonight, and Marie's Wedding did 27.90. I think she's the only bitch dog to break 28 seconds this year. So and to be fair to her as well, she only changed kennels from Dolores Route to John McGee, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago. It was just a week before the Derby, so she probably not 100% settled in. So
yeah,
it's actually a pity she's in that heat tonight with Callaway and Bella Ed and.
Yeah, absolutely. One I'm quite interested in is Hanover Phantom, who is running out of red in this video.
Yeah, he's an exceptionally fast dog. He has the track record in Galway for the 550. He actually bet Vincenzo that night, the night he did the clock.
Yeah.
He just not going to the corner as I thought he would. He probably needs that longer run to the bend. But yeah, no, he has a huge engine. He has a huge engine.
He stays well, doesn't he, Connor?
Yeah, he's a proper 575, 600-yard dog.
Proper railer as well.
Yeah, really.
Mix the paint.
550 just catches him out probably on his early pace to the corner.
Yeah, agreed.
But if he steps up and trip, when he goes back to the 575 or 600 boxes, yeah, he'd be a serious player.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, Colin, he's fast enough to get competitive. Do you know, not going away.
Any you want to have a look at PL?
You could look at Macho Pride, I think, Tom.
We'll have a look
because he showed a bit of speed. I think Tricky stuck him up, didn't he, last week?
Yeah, I think he did. Out of trap 2 last week.
He squeezed through his break
this week.
Yeah.
He's done 355 sectional, 350 sectional, but looks a dog capable of getting out a bit quicker than that.
Yeah, he has very good early pace now. To be fair, he definitely. I didn't think he'd stick it out last week. Thought he was a sitting duck. You said but he should. He's well capable of doing a lower 340 sectional. Not going away. And this heat that would lead so. I can see why lads would go from.
That's the only dog that probably could stop Barefoot Supremo coming around, I guess. Connor.
Agreed. Yeah. Should we have a look at Savannah Hero?
Yeah, Connor mentioned him.
Yeah. Video file.
Yeah, he's a very fast doggy. I just
trap 6 here.
Can't work him out.
Kidding it, like.
like when he was a pup, he looked like a dog that was from the third bend home. There wouldn't be much, be able to hold him off. But to be fair to Callaway Masters, he has done a few huge 5.75 runs on Saturday night in Shelburne. But Savannah Hero seems to be all 2 to 3 nowadays down the back straight. So, look, very fast. But I had that thing about him. I think he went 7 or 8 months without winning a race, and he was in all the competitions. He went, to Kirby and English Derby, and look, they're the top grade. But it's either sink or swim. And he's take on. He's a Barefoot Supremo tonight. So look, he has a great draw tonight, though. I can see why lads would go from on that alone. But
absolutely. Keith Park says conceded 2 fronting most bar 6. He ran well last year at bumping for traps, fair win and place price. PM says I reckon it will be trap 2, trap 3, run up to the bend. If so, trap 2 goes round, unless trap 1 gets inside. There's a lot of permutations in this race. From looking at those, the comments, everything everyone said, Macho Pride looks an interesting runner in this race.
Yeah, he actually is. Yeah, you're right. He is an interesting runner because there's not massive early in the race, and he showed a fair bit last time. So
he did, and we'll have a look at the video one more time, which was heat 6. Drowning in videos here. Trap 2. I'm in all that trouble, and he still got to that point in 350. It's like pinball. Bump, bump. We'll have a look at him the week before as well because we can. Thank you again to GRI for the videos.
Are the heats on RPG TV next week, or is it from semi-final onwards?
No, they're all on there now, I think. So this was race heat 18, and he was in trap 3. That is the problem, though, is just missing it. You can have the pace, but if you're not getting out the traps.
Yeah.
He's got lucky there being bumped off. But huge pace there, absolutely huge pace. And Flaming Money Bags is no joke. And if you manage to get on the inside of him there, he's been a bit too clever his own good in trying to switch out at that point.
Yeah. There's plenty of money here for Red, Hanover Phantom. I think he said he could always nat this.
Is it?
I think so, yeah. Craig said 1 and 2 are overpriced. Well, they were, but they're not there.
Yeah. Any other way you want to play this, Pierre?
No, I think you're all right there.
More on anything?
I mean, I played a Hanover Phantom much bigger price earlier on in the week.
Yeah.
But you've just showed me there. I just think, as I said to Connor, I actually thought Barefoot Supremo could lead, and yet maybe Macho Pride is the dog that might stop him leading.
Can Barefoot Supremo lead Macho Pride? Possibly not. And Hanover Phantom will need to repeat that last one. It's an interesting one. It's a very interesting one.
Yeah, I mean, he was beat by a decent improving dog of Owens in Cutaway Prime last time. So it was when you look at the bare form, he was beaten 2 1/4.
Yeah,
and he clocked a 17.22 to the third turn, and that would probably be the best that any of these could do. So, or have done, say. It's an interesting race. I think it all depends, Connor, maybe where 3 turns.
Yeah, definitely. I think how 2 breaks is important as well, because if 2 breaks, he definitely should probably be cleared to lead this race.
Mm-hmm.
The top the top's gonna for me. He's gonna have to come from behind, and like he's not gonna come from behind Barefoot Supremo.
He needs 2 to take 3 off the track, really.
Yeah. He needs, and to be fair, I think Matcher Pride used to run as a middle and wide seed.
Interesting.
I think he used to run middle at one point. I remember him. They put him out there at one point, but he look, he's massive early goes. Look, I can see why lads will go for Savannah Hero. He probably has the best draw.
Yeah.
As for a solo point of view, but he's just not a dog I could ever support. Like, but yeah, look, it's an interesting enough race. I'm glad I'm not financially involved in it anyway. So
that's not the spirit, Connor. That is not the spirit of Watchalong.
It's Watchalong, not punt along.
Right, it's race time.
Here we go. Heat 3 of the Irish Greyhound Derby. In 1, Hanover Phantom. Money for this one. Macho Pride in 2. In 3, we've got Barefoot Supremo. 4, Patient Crusader. Savannah Hero in 5. And Bullet from a Gun in trap 6. Hair approaches. Lids rise and they race away to a fairly level line, leaving the boxes, and Bullet from a Gun up on the outside is showing good early dash. Up on the inside was Macho Pride, who just gave Barefoot Supremo a shove, but he rides it really, really well, the 3. And down the back straight, it's the 6, Bullet from a Gun, but looming large in the wing mirrors is Barefoot Supremo, who's going to launch a challenge now up at the inside. They're well clear from Savannah Heroes, moved into the 3rd spot as they swing off the last turn. It's 3, Barefoot Supremo, asserting close home. Barefoot Supremo will go on and score nicely in the end from Bullet from a Gun, who put up a really solid performance, and Savannah Hero qualified back in 3rd.
Sometimes you can overthink these things. You just have to keep it simple.
I don't know whether you noticed that. I just had a small little, tiny
a little saver.
bit of smash, so we didn't lose too much on. He went to 5-2, Tom. So I just thought.
6 is rather blinder there.
I think 3's from the blinder as well, though. Because look at what 2 did to 3.
Yeah,
Jesus, he just rides so well.
3 got a similar bump as he did last week. Actually, fired off the second bend.
And that's what we kind of thought would happen, but 1 wasn't where we thought it would be, and 2 struggled to get going again. And Barefoot's just game as you want.
Yeah, because I could just see like Matcher Pride, he's not the most genuine railer. I can see why he used to probably he's probably one of them dogs when he's on the outside he cuts across, and then when he's on the inside he probably slightly moves to trap 3 and 4 position. So he just cleaned them out. But 3, he's just game dog, strong runner. So rode the bump well.
6 perhaps didn't enjoy being on its own for that long.
I'm actually not too sure of the 6 dog. I don't really know much about him, to be honest with you. Brendan Mansler, only 28-30 Tralee, like he's. He's ran well there now, to be fair.
I always felt that. I always felt that Barefoot Supreme, when he turned like that, he was just racing, wasn't he? At the second bend, I always thought he'd go on and win, and he kind of won hard held, really. But a typical Hennessy dog. It's funny because when we went to Toaster for the Derby final there, after racing, we spoke to me and Lorraine. We spoke to we were on the steps, and we spoke to Kevin Hennessy, and he said that a lot of their dogs going into the English Derby probably were under a little bit of a cloud, and they had a bit of sickness in the kennel. And if you remember, Priceless Jet in the first round or the second round, he turned nearly on lead and he got beat, and everyone was going, "What?" And they were actually thinking, "Jesus, thank God for that," because they knew that he wasn't really 100%. At least he's qualified. And then he went on, and of course, he broke the track record, didn't he, later on? And he just said about this dog, he said to me, "Don't leave this dog unbacked for the Irish Derby," he said, "because he'll go in there fresh. He wasn't quite right for English, and he'll have a live chance." And to be fair, he's one of those dogs. He looks like he can keep qualifying, doesn't he?
Yeah, look, he's, as you said, like with the English Derby, I remember Price's Jet, he won the Cork Cullen over 6 bends, and then we were watching him in the first, second round of the English Derby. He was getting picked up, and everyone was saying, "Oh, is he a bit of a dodge, or is he at this? What's going on?" But you says in the semi-final, same with Hello Hammond. They just came to the 4 towards the end of the Derby. But look at this dog. they paid a lot of money from in the unrace stake in Kilkenny last year. He was in the same unrace stake as what's the dog? Oh, can't think of his name. There was Michael Donovan's dog, but yeah, look, it's very fast dog. He ran well in the Easter Cup as well. He was at that non-trapping. I remember he was doing poor sectionals and coming home, but he's actually not coming out of the box too badly now. He said he's went well to the bend there, just cleaned them off the bend. So yeah, he's definitely a player in this derby, like the way he's running. The funny thing about him is he's actually half brother to Grangeview 10. If you don't know if you remember him, literally out and out to the third bend. I remember even his little brother Grangeview Mac, pack of foil trained him as well, and he was the same. And this dog, as you said, typical Hennessy dog. He now looks like he could go over 6 bends, you know. So yeah, look, he's exceptionally fast dog, and definitely a player.
Yeah, for sure.
But did you catch
Don't
the
know where
time
Ryan's
there?
gone.
No, I didn't actually get it.
No, I didn't.
Look,
He did 29.58 last week off the bump he got last week. It was probably a worse bump he got this week.
No, it's not up. I could rewind. The going, considering the amount of rain, looks pretty fair.
It looks all right. Testament to the ground staff there. Well,
100%.
They were saying they didn't even know whether they get called off. So.
Yeah, they cancelled the official trials before racing just to say they wanted to spend an extra hour and a half just constantly doing the track. Like, so to be fair to the lads of Shelburne, they know them well. They do a great job. Like, you know, they really put in the effort. Like, so
29.66.
And the third bend?
Didn't see it.
Safe to say he'd do 29.30 odd in a solo, wouldn't
he? Yeah. Yeah. Good run, that.
Let's have a look. It was 17.28.
Thank you, Tom.
My pleasure. Hoodoo Brown, Scooby Duchess, Callaway Masters, Clona Blue, Cushy Concord, and Priceless Jet in the next one. What's your thoughts, Connor?
Yeah, look, I was all over Priceless Jet. I said the Hennessy double was the one I fancied tonight. Just think he's got a great draw. I think he's ran great the last 2 weeks, and he's just coming back from. He's been off for a while as well, so he should be probably hitting his top form round now. Look, Hoodoo Brown's dog I'll always take on. Like I know we were slagging earlier about talking about the size of dogs, but he's like he needs a motorway to run this dog. He's that big. He's 86 pounds. He's just to get going. Any bit of trouble, he just loses his action. But my God, when he gets loose, he is an absolute machine.
Yeah.
I remember
so this is Priceless Jet here. Did he want to go past? I will get bullets for this on Twitter, but does Priceless Jet want to go past here?
I think that's a fair cut. No, I think he dossed. I think there's no two ways he dossed.
It looks like he's looking at four, not turning its head, not trying to have a go, but it looks like he's happy just running along with the four.
No, I think he just idled. Yeah, I think he idled. Yeah. No, I do.
Yeah, look, he's been known for that. Like, it's not. He is a quirky dog. Like, it's not saying he said I think he's one of those dogs. As lads say, he doesn't even have the guts to fight. Like, he's just he's just messing around. You know what I mean? But look, he's just that's the type of dog he is. I think before he broke the clock, in Toaster, I think he went 16 races in a row without winning a race.
Yeah, he did.
Now, I know that's the top grade in Shelburne Park. He was in the Easter Cup final and all this, and he qualified. But that does tell you there's a kink in him. There is a bit of a trait there. But look, at the same time, this is the type of race that
he's fast because he's broke the track record at Toaster twice, Connor. So he is fast, but you can't, you can only say what you see. That's the thing, and he looks like every now and again he can throw in a little bit of a thinking race.
Oh yeah, look, definitely. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. Like,
Yeah.
I have put the two talking dogs in the race, Hoodoo Brown and Priceless Jet, up against each other in a video, which I will pop up now. There it is. Slow. We'll start with slow motion. In fact, I've got all of their runs. This is when I was overexcited this morning when I realised that I could do this.
Look at that.
So there we go. On the left, I think is last week. Let me double check. 15. No, right is last week. Yeah, right is last week, isn't it? Yes, right is last week. Left is the first week. So we'll stop them roughly on the first bend, which will be about there. So we've got Priceless Jet is in pretty much the same position in both races. Hoodoo Brown is in front or in the same level as Priceless Jet at that point. We'll keep going around to our next logical point. Which is the ball sports sign. Hoodoo Brown is a fair way in front.
I'm reading the comments, Craig Day. Tell me you need to get a social life.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think the baby was having a nap at the time. I'm basically a prisoner in my own house these days.
Yeah. Aston Seabridge. Discuss. You can't do a 28.8 at Toaster and be a thinker fella, surely.
You don't have to think every race, though, do you?
That's the thing. Yeah, that's my point. Is that, and I think me and Lorraine have this discussion as well. There's a fine line between brilliance and quirkiness. That you need to have that sort of. I said that about even Valuable Red. I'm his biggest fan, and I thought he dossed around the last two bends last week, and then he kicked again on the running. I just, I think you have to have that in you. You have to have that fine line between a little bit of being enigmatic and having speed. That's what I think.
Yeah,
it's funny because there was a race at Oxford last night. And someone said, "Oh, who's that taking off?" It was a two dog. And he came out and he had a right chew up near the line, and that was because he was chasing his cocos off. But you still have to have speed to do that. Do you get what I mean? So there is a fine line between brilliance and being enigmatic.
Tends to be the wide dogs as well. I find that's a bit of a generalisation, but
that was a bad generalisation.
That was a bad generalisation. I must say.
Yes, no.
I would actually say the opposite sometimes, though, because the outside dogs are ones that course the hare.
Yeah.
So they are probably some of them
chasier. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know. But look, as Paul saying, like, it's how many dogs have we seen that were the top dogs, and he says there's quirks in them. Like, there's a difference between a dodge and having quirks, like, Yeah, and there's been Derby winners, there's been classic winners that are like it, and it's just one of the fastest dogs I've seen is Taylor Sky, and in the second season he was a bit quirky, like remember he was kind of stopping and starting in races, and he's still winning that, like, but like there's loads of dogs you can mention like that were like that, Hold'em Spy was probably one of the fastest dogs you could ever see, and if you can't recognize the he and quirks, then you haven't watching too much racing.
People are funny about it as well. They get very defensive about dogs they like or dogs they know having quirks. But if they've got quirks, they've got quirks.
Like, it's not like it's not like it's a personal attack on the owners or something. It's just a fact about the dog, Hold on, you can have your own opinion, but it's just Priceless Jet definitely has his quirks, and it's as simple as that, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else in the race you think's interesting?
Yeah, look, it's Hoodoo Brown is no doubt one of the fastest dogs in the country in a solo trial. Maybe, possibly even the quickest in a 550 solo. He's just
Track
an
2
absolute
here.
machine. He's just an absolute machine. Like, look at him here. Like, he's the one thing I would say about him is he's consistently slow to the corner, if that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Mhm.
He keeps doing 363, 362, 364 sectionals, but it's just the size, like. But my
Yeah.
God, when he gets going, like, I keep saying to the lads, the night he goes over 600 yards or 575
Yeah.
in Shelburne, he is
Yeah.
going to do because he can actually lead in those races with the longer run to the bend. Because every time he gives him a sprint, he does 1850, 1860. And when you go over the 575 and 600, it gives you a chance. It reminds me of a dog, Greenwell Hook, from about 5 or 6
Yeah, I
years ago.
remember it. Yeah.
Broke the clock over 575.
Yeah.
Jerry Melia trained him. He was exact same over 550. Would find himself trouble. He was an 86, 87 pound dog, and then when he went over 600 yards, he just put the clock away. And
Yeah.
Hoodoo Brown is definitely probably in that category as well. I
Yeah.
think the night he got loose in the puppy stake, he did 29.20 for the 550. So
Yeah.
We all know he has the engine.
Yeah. So I've backed Hoodoo Brown here. Priceless Jet could easily win, but I don't trust him enough to back him.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I don't think he'll lead in this race. I could be wrong. He could do one of his pings. He made absolute fools out of us at Toast when he did that track record, but I don't think he'll lead. And if he doesn't lead, I don't think he'll necessarily win.
Yeah, look, Hans, like Scooby Duchess should lead. It doesn't matter how long she'll stay in front, but like she run her up in the oak, she's only chin on the line. I'm obsessed about her breed, and she comes from the Mount Taylor Queen line. But she's massive early pace. I think she actually got to the front last week as well. But like she'll lead Hoodoo Brown. It's just how long can she stay in front? She doesn't stay 550. The Tree Dog's a very fast dog, Callaway Masters. I think he's always slightly disappointed when he's gone in with the better type of grade of dog. But yeah, look, there's a big engine. And to be fair to Cushy Concord, he does have pace to the corner. Hasn't really shown what people have expected him after his big run at Escort. He's a pup.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I thought you remember I think he was in with Boundable Ed the first night in Toast, and he ran well second to him. But since then he's come back. He's disappointed a bit. They went to kind of a few lesser grade races with him in Tipperary Cup and that kind of lower opens. But yeah, look, I'm not financially involved. I would go with Price Jet. Just think he's a great draw. But like Hoodoo Brown, to be fair, he is on the fence. So. But then again, if Hoodoo Brown comes, will Price's Jack go all out then to beat him?
Well, yeah, that is the question, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be interesting. My skybox has just gone down. Oh, it's back. It's back. No need for panic. No need for panic. Paul Wing says, most fast dogs are a little quirky, don't you think? Yes and no. The off the front sprint types that sprint and hold on, I would say no. But I'd say almost every dog that comes from off the pace is a bit quirky in a 4-bend race. Kind of know where the line is. I'd love to be able to talk to a dog. Just go, what you doing, mate? what's the plan here?
Yeah, like the early pacers that lead, like they're just going flat out, so they have to be genuine. There's no early pace dog that's a dodge because you never win a race. Like, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
Because they're going flat out. But yeah, they're definitely the ones that you says come from a mile behind. Like, it's very like, and you see them then they kind of I always say there's slow breakers and there's dogs who refuse to break.
Yeah.
There's a big difference. Like, there's dogs who are just naturally terrible trappers. They've no reaction time. but then there's dogs that he's just refused. Like,
when you got to get them, keep them switched on. Farlow Tango, kind of an obvious one. He was a dog that obviously needed to be switched on to keep going for it.
You failed to say that I have backed Clona Blue at a massive price tag.
Yeah, noted. And as you can see, I've had the saver. And you know what, PL? It'll probably win, and we'll go, why didn't we have a ton on that?
Well, I don't know if PL knows this, but he did. He was sold. He was sold after his third or fourth race to the huge runs of pup, and then he fought in it was an A3 stake, and he
There's
did a
running.
huge run in semi, and
running.
he fought. So,
Yeah.
speaking of quirks, he definitely has them.
Her approaches Heat 4. And away and racing, and Scooby Duchess has bombed out the boxes. Cutaway Masters paces up, also up on the inside. Hoodoo Brown's there. Hoodoo Brown has muscled his way, but to the front goes Cutaway Masters, some 3-4 lengths clear from Hoodoo Brown, who's close enough, if good enough. They're well clear then of Clona Blue. In behind these then comes Six Priceless Jet. Round the last 2 turns, and it's Callaway Masters, Hoodoo Bound, looking to lay it down up on the inside, up towards the line, and Callaway Masters digging deep, gets there from Hoodoo Brown with Clona Blue, a respectable third.
Shut the door too many times, Callaway Masters. 29.86, 17.55.
He was the wrong dog for Hoodoo Brown to pick up as well. Like, he is a strong runner.
Yeah,
he is a strong runner. Even though Hoodoo Brown is the massive engine, I just knew, hence Turbennis he's too good over 5.75. Callaway Masters probably to get picked up now by him.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, Hoodoo Brown caused the trouble, and it's like it's like trying to drive a caravan down a country road. Like, he just can't get around the corners. Like,
what's happened to Priceless Jet? Just hasn't really got going in time.
No, he's never got going. No.
Yeah. No. Just running behind him there.
Mind you, I did think he'd pick him up, but
just didn't have the opportunity.
He was prominent from red, Hoodoo Brown, and obviously there was a bit of squeeze. He was on the floor when he Priceless Jet. He ran well again, but
yeah. Yeah, Hoodoo Brown. It was all the first bend there. I thought we had that, but Callaway Masters was like a pinball there, just off the first, just flying.
Yeah, just the wrong dog for Hoodoo Brown probably to catch,
Yeah.
Especially when you got to run them, like.
Yeah. Did you watch any of Oxford last night, Connor?
I watched a couple of races. To be honest with you, I didn't really look at the card. I didn't actually know it was. I didn't even know it was watchable till the next day. I saw lads put up saying you can watch on Star Sports, and I said that was great knowing that 9 o'clock this morning.
It was good. It was good watching, to be honest. It was kind of like a mini Hove, is how I describe it. The dogs just glide around the bends.
Yeah. It's very tight as well. Like, you want to be in front of it,
It's only a distance wise.
It's a bit it's similar enough to Sunderland in a sense, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of similar kind of distance as well, like triple every 27 seconds. But look, it's a nice track. They've done a very good job on. I've seen pictures and videos last night from a few lads on them. Look, it's just what you want to see. Like, it's a different test for dog as well. So I would say you want early pace. But if it's just kind of earlier pace types. But yeah, look, it's good to see, and you can't complain when there's new tracks open. Shouldn't be really criticizing new tracks. You want as many tracks open as possible. So but I couldn't understand. The one thing I could understand, there was a bit of talk about there was only 8 opens, but they're running 4 opens tonight on the track.
The card, it was poor last night. There's no two ways about that. It was a poor card, but I wouldn't be risking my expensive dog to go around a track that's only just open. You don't know how it's running, how safe it is, etc. And I think people are naturally cautious. Last night the racing was pretty sound. The surface looked pretty good, and I think it'll probably kick on from here. He's basically said that that's going to be kind of the jewel in the crown for his portfolio, and I can see that. And that track is better than Toaster. Simple as that. That is a better track than Toaster. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to see the Derby around there, but
no. But 100%. Like, it's look, it's you said, I understand what you're saying. There's also a lot of big competitions on at the moment, which is not going away. So I can see why lads, like, you weren't going to skip a Cat 1 for a monkey race. Like, it's just no two ways about it. Like, and you said, a brand new dog going around a track that's very early days, the first night. Like, so look, it's it is what it is. But like I thought the lads were saying though, there was 8 opens last night, and there was 4 tonight. But they've not just put the 12 opens on the one night for the opening night, no?
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, because like I just seen because I saw a couple of tweets like Ben Keith was saying about the opens didn't fill, and I was saying, but there was 4 opens on Saturday night. They could have had 11 or 12 open race card on the Friday night. So yeah, look, it is what it is.
It'd be nice to see it on RPG
Yeah.
TV on a Saturday. I think on a Friday it's competing with Romford for the same type of dogs, which wouldn't be ideal.
No,
So
definitely.
it'd be nice for it to have a little bit of variety.
There's definitely a circuit now for dogs, like you says, the early pace, that early pace type where you can mix it up between Suffolk Downs, Oxford, Romford. You know, like there's that kind of type of dog now is the type of dog that would be probably bought in for those tracks. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's picked up a bit. Like there should be a fair amount of big competitions in the area. Like so, it's good to see.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Okay, next race we've got. Yeah, that is the one. Crafty Kokoro, Crypto Punk, Stories Pee-wee, ISO Fantastic, Born Warrior, and Beach Avenue. PL, do you know what a Crypto Punk is?
No.
So Crypto Punk, it's a form of NFT. So it was one of the first ones. So you basically buy this little pixelated version of a person or an alien or something, and they sell for like £500,000 each.
Oh, lovely.
So yeah, there you go.
Right.
There's a few people who've made a few quid on those, and a few people who've lost all of their money on them.
Right.
Okay, so talking of CryptoPunk, is CryptoPunk going to turn right here?
A little bit, yeah. I think he'll go probably nearly into lane 3, me. That's
The
what I thought.
last race for them in. We've got Pee-wee in this one as well, I think.
Yeah, we're in 1 and
so
3.
We've got Pee-wee in 3 and CryptoPunk in 1.
I couldn't believe CryptoPunk was picked up in this race. There was a lot of money for him. I didn't back him last week, but like I actually couldn't believe. Like you think this is third bend, it's game over. But yeah, look, Stories Pee-wee's a strong type of dog. Probably a bit quirky as well. I think he kind of looking over a bit in the home straight, but yeah, look, I couldn't believe he actually still got him. Even watching it again, like he just ties up so badly. Yeah, he's definitely like his brother as well is the same. Derby's like they have their quirks, like, but yeah, look, he's a very fast dog as well.
Yeah.
I actually didn't even know he was over till the Derby started. Stories Pee-wee, because he was running around Romford.
Yeah, he was.
Did a nice 5-5 run, didn't he, one night?
Yeah, he did. Well, let's have a look at the favourite then, Born Warrior, who in this video is in trap 6.
Yeah, I thought this was the best favourite tonight, to be honest with you.
Tonight.
Not price-wise, just, think he'd win. Like, he's just different grade of early pace, probably to everything in the race. Yeah, the CryptoPunk dog can go, but Born Warrior should probably just outgun him. I can't see how CryptoPunk would get the better of him, to be honest with you.
So I think ISO Fantastic spoiling the race is probably the best chance of getting Born Warrior beaten. We'll have a look at ISO Fantastic here, running out of trap 5.
Yeah, he has some nice Drumbo Park form. ISO Fantastic. But look, Born Warrior should be able to clear the bend.
Are we sure?
He should be. I'd be very disappointed if I had him tonight. You go like he's getting a huge drop in grade. Born Warrior for what he's ran again. To be honest with you,
I think ISO Fantastic is a massive goalkeeper for Born Warrior.
Have you got his previous run, Tom, from the first round, the August the 20th?
Have I got his previous run? Of course I have, Pierre. Don't ask silly questions.
I was just asking the question. It would be very, very interesting to watch that.
Is it ISO Fantastic or Born Warriors? Magical Cubers. That would be, was it 21?
20 August 20th.
Yeah, there it is. So fast. So fast. I think it's a real worry for Bournemouth, this. Unless this happens.
He just cut the bend though for ISO Fantastic.
Yeah.
He just cut the bend. So he will go across for Born a Warrior sort of thing, and he might just squeeze up Crypto Punk. I don't know. I mean, there's a fair bit of dash from those into the turn, isn't there? 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
I just wanted probably Crafty Kokoro to get a decent break and turn in the pitch there, really.
Let's have a look at Kokoro in the last race, which was 8-5. Trap 3 here. Is it a dog that we think is going to run better out of 1? It's run relatively straight there.
Yeah, look, she's
Going
she's
around
massive.
there. It's not far behind. She's not far behind at all. And there, she's really challenging. Really challenging. Having to switch out again, lost lengths. Still done a 29.73 with all of that that's happened. Switch back inside. I mean, that's a good run. That's a very good run.
She's an absolute machine. Like, she won the Cork and Cullen. Going into it, like, she's known to be one of the quickest from the Tour Bend home. She's massive engine. You said she got checked up there. Had she not got checked up at that point, she probably would have actually picked up Mustang Jet. The one thing I'll say that suited her in that race, 6 and 1, they're massive back straight runners. Once Kilgraney Sydney was led, he was a sitting duck. But yeah, look, she just needs trouble in front, and very hard to see her not qualify bar she gets badly balked. Like, so yeah, look, she's interesting. I just can't. I just think 5. To be honest, just Born Warrior. I just think he's an unbelievable draw. Just the dogs around him as well. She can't go to the bend with him. Like, he's won 7 races in a row at one point in Shelburne Park, and the enter for the Champion Stakes, he didn't get in, and then they put him into the Champion Plate, the surplus stake, and sure, he ran away with it in the end. And then the first round, he's picked up by Explosive Boy on the line, and then last week,
let's have a quick look at that. That was heat 19, I believe. This is it. Bullmore is out of 6 in this.
It's just that trapping can be his issue.
Yeah. But it's that trapping mixed with ISO Fantastic being inside, who is going to have a very similar profile to that first bend. Bullmore is really going to have to push wide to get past. I think you are right. I think Bullmore is the most likely winner of this.
I actually don't even know what price is Born Warrior. I actually don't even know what price
money.
is.
Evens.
I mean, I must admit, all during the week, earlier in the week, he was 1 to 2. He was 1.5, and now he's over 2.0. So I made him shade of odds on, and I didn't make him anywhere near a 2 on chance, and now he's actually becoming a backable price.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I thought he'd be shorter than that, to be honest with you.
I made him 4 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is getting a drop in grade for what he has ran with, though, Born Warrior. Do you know? You said he's taken on likes of Marie's Wedding and Explosive Boy. This is a race that doesn't have a dog in that profile. Crafty Kokoro is definitely the classiest one, but she is a 6 bender. Like, he should be different grade of early pace in this race. Beach Avenue he's in 6, isn't he? Look, one of people's favorite dogs in the country. But he actually ran unbelievable the first round. But yeah, look, I just think Born Warrior, to be honest, I just can't see bar. I know what you're saying, but the ISO Fantastic dog, but I just think he's just too classy to let a dog like him bother him, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I've
his card is unbelievable. Like, 14 races, 10 wins, 3 seconds or 3. He's never been outside the top 3 before. And I'm telling you, he's ran Shelburne Park his whole life. That's not an easy feat to do.
Yeah, yes.
Like they entered for the Champion Stakes and he'd won 7 races in a row, and then Hoffa bet him won the night before Champion Stakes in the 5-5, and then they entered him and he didn't put him in. And like I was kind of going, like I didn't know the connections or anything, but like I just says, Jesus, if I had a dog like that and I entered the Champion Stakes and didn't get in, I'd be raging.
Yeah,
but probably running in the surplus stake, probably he needed it just better to give him those 2 runs over 550 against probably lesser opposition. So
no, this is the worst bit of staking that's ever been done on Watchalong. I don't know what I've done here, and I'm trying to work out how to get out of the mess that I've got us into here because this is an absolute mess. I had an unmatched bet that then mysteriously got matched. Well, it didn't mysteriously get matched. I just messed it up, and this is where we are. So if you can dig us out of this PL, that would be absolutely ideal.
So you bet Crafty Kokoro at 3.8.
Yeah, and then the price came in for Bull Moria, so I went on Bull Moria, but then to make it the main bet, but then some of the money left over because I hadn't cancelled it, got matched on Crafty Kokoro, and here is where we find ourselves. Craig
I think
11 to 10's a bet.
So do I.
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah. Should I lay off a bit on Crafty and put more on Bourne?
I'll tell a bit more on Bull Moria for you.
Yeah.
We're betting the big odds on, but yeah, actually, Kokoro's come in a little bit now.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the reason for that, Tom.
Yeah.
Listen, we've done what we've done now, so.
Yeah.
I see a few people saying they're worried about the outside of the track, that maybe it's not running as well.
Interesting.
Looking at the results, but it's hard to know.
Bullet from a gun ran really well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Mustang Jet couldn't clear, cuts the bend, and Price's Jet got murdered. So
Yeah.
No, I don't buy into that.
No, I mean, anyway, just seeing some people there online, just reading it there, talking about the outside of the track. But sure, look.
Said the older know it all there, Tom.
Yeah.
The older know it all, rather than the younger know it all. Oh dear. Oh dear. Question earlier about Weetabix, following on from last week.
Yeah,
Tom, have you dared get a flamethrower out to the Weetabix yet? Still too dry, but what I will do is I'll do an outside broadcast and watch along for when I do finally take the flamethrower to the Weetabix, and basically I'll take my phone outside while we're doing it because we're all invested in this now and we all want to get one up on my wife, so I'll make sure she's out in the garden as well so we can celebrate vociferously in front of her.
That's it. It's interesting races.
It is. Bullmore is coming in a bit now.
You've got 3 early paces and 3 staying types, really, isn't it? So.
Yeah.
Beach Avenue is also getting enormous as well.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Should we have a saver?
Yeah. Better.
I'll go on.
I think we'll have to, won't we?
He's too legendary of a dog not to.
Yeah.
He is,
Are you going to put it on or shall I?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, get it on. There we go. Christ. That is a horrible portfolio. This race a lesson in how not to bet.
Yeah, if we don't draw here, we're in trouble.
It is awful. This is awful.
Castigate.
Never to repeat this. We won't come back from this either. That's the thing. If this doesn't come in, we're just in a chasey spiral of doom. Going in. Money coming for Bull Moria. Craig Day, bet 2, 3, 4 as well. Fuck off, Craig.
Here we go then. This is Heat 5. Hot favourite here is Born Warrior. We've got Crafty Kokoro, the Starry in 1, Crypto Punk in 2, Stories Pee-wee 3, ISO Fantastic 4, Born Warrior in 5, and Beach Avenue in Trap 6. Air approaches then for Heat 5. Stand by. And they race away, and it's for the first to show. It's ISO Fantastic, but Born Warrior showing exceptional early speed to clear Crypto Punk into the turn. And 5, Born Warrior down the far side has a length and a half lead from Crypto Punk. Then a 2 or 3 length gap back to ISO Fantastic. Looking to stay on there is Crafty Kokoro and Beach Avenue along with Stories Pee-wee. Around the last 2 turns, he will swing wide. Born Warrior, he gives away a bit of ground. He's going to straighten up though. And Crafty Kokoro on the near side will get up the shadow of the post and beat him. Born Warrior was third.
I thought we'd been crypto punked then. I really thought we'd been crypto punked.
Nah, no way. He wouldn't come from behind. But yeah, Jesus, she just picked them off easy enough, didn't she? She won easy enough in the end.
At least we won £2.39.
You should never went back on your first bet, Tom.
Yeah, exactly. That was your first bet, Tom.
You know what? I'm just going to go and step out the room for a minute. Come back and regroup.
She was a big price at 5 to 1 earlier in the week. She was last at the first bit. She got squeezed as well with Stories Pee-wee cutting across her. She's done some inordinate amount of running.
Unbelievable.
She was fully 10 lengths behind Born Warrior at the halfway stage. Incredible performance. I said to Ian Fortune, he said that he put her in his few bets early on. I said, I just love her over 6 pence. I don't think she can quite live with the Derby dogs, but she's just absolutely flown home there. And look where Crypto Punk is lane 3 and just give her a world of a big gap to fly home in the closing stages.
She's won easy enough. She's won easy enough in the end, you know. I can't believe how badly I'm not saying expected to hold on from her, but I can't believe how badly he tied up. Like, he only just held off even Crypto Punk there at the line.
Yeah.
And you seen Crypto Punk last week, how far front he was. The Stories Pee-wee chinned him. So, Hun, she's after run unbelievable. Hun, she's been one of the fastest in the country for a long, long time. I know when she was 15 months old, I think she did 28.50 or something in Galway. I remember getting a text about her before she even ran, saying that the Divillies had this special bitch, and special she is.
Oh, she's definitely special. She really is. And the scary thing is, she sees sixpence out really well. You know, she's doing that in Derby against Derby class dogs.
Yeah, it's the Cork Cullen. Yeah. The Cork Cullen's record in the Derby is actually surprisingly really good. You know, dogs, like, you have to be classy over 4 bends usually to kind of win it. You don't really get those dogs that are only ever run well over 6 bends. But she's. And
Connor, I just did a really silly thing there as well, Connor. I checked who she was bred by.
A Droopy Sydney.
Yeah, the Divillies.
Oh dear. It's just unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable.
Oh, syndicate news. So we've been talking about the Greyhound Watchalong syndicate for a while. Potentially got a pup lined up. I've not even told PL about this yet. But Sean Conway has potentially got a nice little sort of minor open class type pup for us to put into a syndicate. So it's going to see how it progresses in schooling over the next couple of weeks. But we could have a little Watchalong syndicate pup.
Minor Open in Ireland must be Cat 1 winner in the UK.
Genuinely not far off. Yeah, not far off.
Oh,
it's true. No, it's true. Yeah. Already getting texts about the pup. Fantastic. Tremendous early pace from Kenny, but he was all in on Born Warrior there, so he's got to get out somehow. Yeah. What we really need is a Romford dog, Friday night Romford regular. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? Something a bit of early. Our spiritual home of Watchalong. If anyone's got any fancies at Hove, let us know. I've not even looked at the card. Now,
You're right, Tom. That was a terrible book that we had there.
yeah, no, it's appalling, absolutely appalling.
We grovelled out of that, really, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah, should have just stuck with my
dear.
mad, reckless. Well, no, it was just poor, just poor. But you know, we live and learn.
Yeah.
I would say we've got the main course coming up in terms of the next race. Marie's Wedding, one of my favourite, probably my favourite bitch in training at the moment. Marie's Wedding, Callaway Pro-Am, Droopy's Rocker, a dog called Ballinabola Ed, who PL may have heard of, and Call of Annie Hoffer, and All About Ted. This is an unreal race. Absolutely unreal. There's 2 talking dogs in the race, and as I'm sure you expect, I'll put a little video up of them, which I'll pop up now, which is Ed and Hoffer. We'll do it in slow motion. So they've both won both of theirs. Into the first bend. We'll stop it about there. Relatively level. Well, actually, no, not relatively level. Hoffer is well in front at that point. He's the bottom 2 videos. We'll stop it there. There's Hoffer. Ed, to be fair, in the last round, which on the left isn't too far away, Sing Along Sally race, top right, he's quite a bit further behind. We'll rock and roll it, as they say in the cricket.
Yeah, but he did get a stupid break, didn't he? In the top right one, didn't he? That was a stupid break.
He did. There we go. So
it's just what you call a schoolboy error, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, it was. So at this point, Hoffer is below the S of Boyle Sports on the bottom left. He's in the middle of the 2 hoardings on the right. Ed's not barely at the first one on the right, but on the left, he's in the middle of the 2, so he's not far off the position of Hoffer. But as we get to this kind of point, the welcome to Shelbourne Park, you've got Ed and Hoffer, if you're looking on the left, more or less in the same position. Hoffer is very, very slightly in front. The previous run, again, he's behind, but we know it is because of the style of running in that race. You can kind of ignore that a bit because he didn't trap. Hoffer's in slightly behind where he was last week. So it's really the 2 on the left that are the most interesting here. Yeah. So at this point, Hoffer and Ed are at the same point on the track if you look on the left. So if you imagine Ed being on the inside of Hoffer at this point and think about what's going to happen as they turn around this bend, and we'll pause them again at that point. And at that point, I think if Ed can get inside Hoffer, which he's got every chance of doing, even with the best run off both of them, I think Ed could well push him wide enough to get the running of him. They're very, 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 very close. Very, very, very close. It's kind of the consistency of Hoffer because he's almost at the same point on the track on both of them. But yeah, there's not much in it. I'll play it back for people's relaxed viewing pleasure. Kenny, possible scientific view in dog racing, probably the nerdiest.
The one thing I will say though is like, could have any Hoffa did the 1680 to the third bend, which is literally like off the Richter scale, like it's fucking crazy, like to put that into perspective, Pastana off a 330 sectional, his best third bend clock, even when he broke the track record, was 1683. I think it is. It's 1684, which means.
But look at them here though. There is nothing between them. If you look on the left at Hoffer and Ed, given that Ed will be on the inside of Hoffa, there is literally nothing between them.
Yeah, he just hasn't got like he hasn't ran over Shelburne Park 550 enough, but I think he did 17:01 the second round last week. I think since third bend he did 29:27. Look, it's hard to know. Hoffa before was never known to be a good trapper, but just the 550 run to the corner suits him. But then Balnabil Ed's the same. You know, it's just stuck on. They're similar type of dogs. The one thing you have to give credit to Kulaveli Hoffa is he has done quicker sectionals and he has a quicker turbine clock and a quicker overall time. So look,
But
it's
he's
hard to
never
know.
had a dog like Ed inside him at that
That's
bend.
true. That is true as well. Hold on, he's 6 from 6 in Shelburne. He's 6 of his last 6 in Shelburne. Kulaveli Hoffa, all AAOs. But I do agree with you. This is a different test. And then you have the Callaway pup from last week who did 29:33, like, and this is Marie's wedding, who was 27:90 around Shelburne. Like it's a ridiculous race. Like it's a crazy race.
Yeah.
This is another watch along race.
And meanwhile, throw in the Derby finalists from last year and all about Ted.
Yeah. Do you know? Like it's just you said he's not even he'd probably be your 5th pick in the race. You know.
Yeah.
It's mental. Like it's just crazy. It's just sit back and enjoy it. But yeah, look, this is what we all want to see. This head to head. The one thing I will give the credit to Balnabula Ed, he is probably like he was very undercooked as well coming to the Derby, so he should probably be hitting his prime now. While Hoffa, like the way Michael Donovan does his dogs, when they turn up, they're 100%. There's no needs a run, gets better. Like it's just you run and that's what you are. Well, to be fair to Pat Buckley, he usually keeps his dogs undercooked in the early rounds, and they get better throughout the competition. So yeah, it's interesting to see how it goes.
Yeah, it is. I'm half a sectional 3:38 last week. There can't be many that have gone quicker than that.
He has never broken like that before, though.
No.
I would say he's normally more 3:40, 3 or 4 type of dog to the line, and then it's the savage pace into the third bend. But yeah, like he's just on. He's a freak as well. But yeah, look, it's the race you want to see. The one thing is, PL said earlier about Balnabilla Ed, would he have done a quicker overall time if people was he kind of easing up a bit? It's hard to know. It's just the Gore Kelly Nester run
it's
behind.
Done a huge amount of running, that Nester dog.
Yeah, that throws the whole thing out. Like I remember looking when we saw the time going, like, does that even make sense? Like, look, even there, like, he's not miles in front of him. Even
he's not, and I suppose the danger here is Callaway Pro-Am in Trap 2.
Yeah, like
who's capable of a smash.
He did 20. Like, let's forget, he did 29:33 last week. You know, and he's an early pacer as well. So if 4 and 6, or 4 and if Ed and Hoffa hold each other up, then he's going to lead in the inside.
Yeah.
So
it would be remiss of us not to have a look. Once again, thank you very much to Greyhound Racing Ireland for letting us use these videos. It has allowed me to geek out to the absolute maximum. Here's Callaway Pro-Am from Trap 2.
No, but they are good. It's good to watch. I think it's really good to watch. It shows you as well, Tom, just literally before the race as well. It can just refresh your memory. It's really good. Excellent stuff. And this was a really, really good performance. I mean, I think someone was saying it might have been fortunate that Owen was kind of really quite confident about this dog, and he was really as well. Obviously a young dog that's going forward for him. He probably knows that he's going forward. He's back-to-back wins, 29.64, and like Connor said, the 29.33. That that's 17.01. That's not shabby. 17.01 to the third turn, Connor. So it's a good run.
I would say it's in the top 10 or 15 turbine sectionals around Shelburne since the new clocks have come in. Definitely, it has to be. It has to be. There's no if. It definitely is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, rarely dogs break 17 seconds to the third bend. I'd say Fortune could get a now talking dogs piece of the dog. I think he put one up actually before, but like I think it's only like Pastana, New and Taylor. They've probably done it a few times, but like then Ballymac Ariel, maybe Ballymac Cooper, and a couple of them have done it. But like, yeah, anything under 17-20 would be considered really top class. Like, so yeah, it's interesting enough now. Like were even saying about Marie's wedding earlier. She's only moved kennel just before the week before the Derby. So to be fair to her, she's only probably settling in Sean McGee's place now. She's 27.90 round Shelburne on her card, and she's also a November pup. She's actually Ballymac Finn's sister out of Coolava, or Ballymac Petsy, who was a sister to Bastana.
Right.
So like she's just like she can run the puppy derby as well. And like, they'll be hoping that she won't be able to run it, that she'll still be the derby. But yeah, it's just she's in the race as well, so it's hard to pick the winner. All right.
Hey, look, there's a chew up message there. Look, Tom, go wide, go wide. It's a chew up.
Be laying head. I don't think people will be at 3.4. I've been
I think
backing.
that's a poor lay.
I think.
Poor.
I would agree. Apparently, Lorenzo's won the
Poor
first
lad,
quarter
poor.
final of the Yarmouth Derby. Be nice to watch that. I see on RPG TV they've got Shelbourne Park running as an A1 race. I would say this is as good as open class. This one.
There's Emma parading Christie.
Craig is laying Hoffer, presumably.
Lay 4 and 5.
Oh, lay 4 and 5.
Lay 4 and 5 pray for a result. Yes, I suppose so. Look.
You shouldn't just be laying for banter. We did that last week. It didn't end very well, Craig.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back.
I
nervous.
didn't know the race was on RPG TV tonight. I thought it was next week. It was starting.
Yeah, no, tonight onwards.
No banter with betting units. That's the spirit.
They convert into pints, yeah.
Aston's having a saver on 2, Callaway Pro-Am. Probably not a bad idea, but then if we do that, Hoffer will just bolt up. Pro-Am is a huge price, actually. Oh, too big. You're right. You're right.
Definitely, I agree with you there as well. He's too big.
This is how we end up in the mess of the last race. Just so many opinions. You end up panicking. Yeah. I'm not going to get over what I did in that last race. I'm sorry, PL. At least there was no harm done.
We need to complain to Matchbook because really we could then do a forecast. You can't do a forecast, and you have 5 back to beat the pair, and then you've got all angles covered. But, and we win a bowl of rice again, yeah.
Not sure where Ryan's gone. I would assume, given that gambling is illegal in that state, the FBI have swooped in for his involvement in this den of...
Either that or he's gone back to Hooters. I don't know. It's one or the other.
Yeah. Den of disillusion. I'm in the States next week for Watchalong live, so I have to be careful not getting spotted.
Go wide. If he does his usual break, Ed, where do you see him at the first bend? I don't really think he's got a usual break, has he? That's the thing. He ain't got a usual break. So.
Sporadic. He's just pacey. There's a difference between trapping and pacing to the first bend.
And it's not like if he doesn't lead, he can't win. So
yeah,
he's now hardening. He's come right the way into
3.1. The Shrewdies know, don't they?
Yeah. I knew he was too big at 3.5. I knew. It's a good race. Really, really good race.
Yeah, very good race.
I mean, it's been a fantastic derby so far. Really, really good derby.
Yeah.
Aren't these the top two in the betting for the derby?
Yeah, they
Have
are.
to be.
Yeah.
Have to
They
be.
They
are.
are. Round about 6-1 joint favourites, that sort of touch. Right. They're all in. Heat 6 then is a cracker. Marie's Wedding in 1. Callaway Pro-Am in 2. Droopy's Rocker in 3. Ballon Ball Red is in 4. 5 is Call of Annie Hoffer. And 6, All About Ted. Here behind traps. And away and racing. And 2, Callaway Pro-Am is the first to show from Hoffer. Up on the inside is the red jacket. Oh, trouble there at the back there for about 10. And down the far side, it's 2, Callaway Pro-Am from Call of Annie Hoffer, who's laying it down. Then comes the Red Dog, Marie's Wedding. And then comes Ballon Ball Red, looking to pick up back in 4th. It's a buckle here between 2 and 5. 1 is trying to pick up Marie's Wedding, now lays it down on the outside. It's Call of Annie Hoffer. Between the pair is the winner.
It's 2.
Pro-Am, I think. Yeah.
The saver. All hail the saver.
Tricky
And
must be
Ballon Ball
laughing now.
Red's out. Yeah. 17-10.
Ed's out.
Yeah, he's out.
Have to say that even he won the race, but my God, was he good? The two pup there now.
Yeah. Absolutely flying.
Absolutely
He's
brilliant.
great, isn't he?
Absolutely brilliant. Honda Top's ran unbelievable. As I told you, she just get better week and week just for the fact that she's
Yeah.
only been in McGee's kennels. So
She's unreal. She's absolutely unreal. Has she got up? I don't think so.
I thought too hell
No,
on first watching it.
Yeah, I think so. You can't really tell with that angle.
Yeah, it's usually the outside. And Shelburne Parker would. Yeah, I'd say he had definitely held on. Hold on, the three of them there. They're going to be the biggest fancies for the derby. The three of them. So
Yeah.
to be fair to
Agreed.
Hoffa, the early pace and the inside just didn't suit him in that race. But hold on, the two pup to defend off Hoffa, you have to give the credit. Like that's just brilliance. Like
Yeah.
it really is.
I'm going to watch it back. You only get
Big
one
improving
replay on
dog, isn't he,
RPG
Connor? That's the thing,
TV.
is an improver.
Yeah, massive. To be fair to him, like I think McKenna, he was sold over a race in Clonmel, and I know a substantial amount of money was paid from. I actually saw a picture of the check, believe it or not, and I didn't think he was worth the money at the time. I says, "Geez, I off 28.60 in Clonmel, I didn't see it." But they saw something. He was in the unrace stake final in Kilkenny this year, future race champion. So look, but to come into the derby and take on the Derby dogs and to do what he's done, it's just special stuff. Really special. Like he's not a doggone McKenna has had that long. If you get me, I'd say he's probably had him 2 months max, maybe.
Yeah.
But to be
No,
fair,
got a good break as well, didn't he?
2 has
Into the race.
resulted. 2 is confirmed. 2-5-1.
Oh, 5 was second, right?
Yep.
That's surprising.
Blimey.
I mean, the third blend split was good, 17-10, but the end time was a bit okayish, wasn't it?
Yeah. All About Ted got a big
They seem
bump.
to-
I think he's all right.
They seem to cut each other's throats 2 and 6 around the last 2 bets, and all of a sudden, then Marie's Wedding sort of jumped on them around the last.
Yeah. It was a strange race, real strange race to the eye. I'd like to watch that back. Next week, we'll watch it back about 20 times, I'm sure, to try and figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll have slow motion, we'll have VAR. It'll be all go. I've got an 8-hour
So,
flight to do the videos.
Yeah.
Although it is an 8-hour flight with a 5-month-old baby. So it's going to be basically hell. And the best thing is, it was only £100 to upgrade to premium economy. So all the other people think they've got an absolute, the shrewdies think they've got an absolute fucking bargain. But little do they know, they're trapped in a tiny little cabin with baby Oliver, who's going to scream his head off for 7.5 hours.
No, he won't. Get him a whiskey.
Get him a whiskey. You know what? Back in the day, probably a done thing. Now, probably 2 to 3 years in
frowned
prison,
upon.
maybe more.
Frowned upon, yeah. Frowned upon.
Especially if you order it off the air hostesses. Okay. Next race, Oakfront Cadet, Skywalker Barry, Ballymac Run, Anna Bailey, Trap 5 is vacant, and then we've got Bocco's Bud Sit on the outside. Bocco's Bud Sit, pretty short price. As you'd expect, Connor, got a little video.
That's what I want to see.
We have got right, what do we got in this? We have got Anna Bailey in 5. Also, we've got Oakfront Cadet in the same race, who's running out of Trap 2. So look at the 2, look at the 5 in the video on the top left. And then we've got Bocco's Bud Sit in Trap 5 in the video on the right. A lot of people in the chat explaining how to drug a baby. Not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Yeah, a few Fruities were on the 5 now last week, and they actually on the first round as well. I think Anna Bailey got a bit of trouble, but I literally looked at his card and I couldn't see what they were. I couldn't see what they were seeing. But yeah, there was a few fancy prices on it last week. Yeah, it's ran well. It's a pretty pacey dog. But like if I had Bocco's Buds in this race, especially with the free trap and 5 as well, you're expecting to get the job done early. But then again, there's no doubt that the heavy track has definitely caused an effect on the early pacers. Like Born Warrior collapse coming home, and even there, like the dogs are coming back to probably Marie's wedding and that. So it's probably not suiting the early pace type of dogs.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Definitely, like heavier tracks always suit the strong running type of dog. But yeah, look, it's just hard to propose them on class wise. The Ballymac bitch and 3 is pretty strong from the third bend home. She's a nice type as well. She's a young type as well. So look, she's not bad either. But look, I go with 6, but same again. He's gonna be too short, and just one for watching. Have a look at the prices now anyway. But
yeah. The one I'm quite interested in this race, and I'm sad to be declaring it this early because last time we did this, price collapsed, is Oakfront Cadet, who is in Trap 2 in this race. So we'll look at the start again. Badly bumped, lost. How many lengths do you reckon there? 3 lengths, probably, maybe 4 lengths. This dog's finished in 29.78. Look at this, lost another 2 lengths there. So let's say 3 lengths there, and then running to back of that another 2, maybe another 3 lengths. Let's say it's lost 6 lengths in total. Now keep an eye on this too, Oakfront Cadet. Bear, it's not even in the picture there. This dog ends up finishing 2nd. Absolutely ferocious pace. And not beaten by far at all. Now that same dog in the rail, without having that bump at the start, looks capable of going an awful lot quicker than that 29.78 it's done in that race. I mean, if a few of these get an absolute flyer, if Bocco's Buds it does another 29.40, yeah, Oakfront Cadet won't catch it. And obviously Bocco's Buds it has the benefit of not having a dog in Trap 5. But I just think that's a real angle in this race.
Yeah, especially we're talking about the way the track is. If it's not suiting the early pace, as you said, suits a stronger run type of dog, so could be the one to go for.
We'll have a look at the Ballymac Run dog that you've just mentioned. Trap 3 here. Against a dog called Caulavani Hoffer, who we know is pretty decent. Reasonable bit of pace to the bend. Managed to stay out of trouble. Nice clean run bend that. Decent enough bit of pace there. Who's in 2? Not sure. Gone past it though. Easy. Chasing down the Hoffer. Getting closer. Yeah. Respectable enough run.
Yeah, she's nice type. She's young enough. She's November 20 as well. She's proven with every run. But hold on, to be fair to her there, she's after that was 29-30 in that heat was won in, so it's kind of hard to run against that kind of level 1680s into her bend. But yeah, look, it's just she's a nice type. I just would be worried about the early pace of the heavy track. There's definitely like even the overall clock, they're definitely tying up badly, like since Born Warrior and even the two there, like Hoffa and Callaway, like the time overall was 29.70, but it was a 2-dog race into the third bend. I actually didn't see the third bend clock. It wasn't 17.15 and they only clocked 29.70 overall, was it? The last race.
Not sure. This is Budset here in 5.
Yeah, 17.10. 17.10.
10. So they're coming home 12.6. That's probably the track as well as dogs that are
slow,
not strong runners. Like, but it's definitely heavy enough. I'd say now in the home straight then.
We'll have a look at Budset from the week before as well. Heat 17. The hours
I'm just watching the Callaway dog again. Like he really is game. Like he really wants to win. Like
he does. Yeah, it's a very impressive performance. Okay. This is Bud sitting 6 in this race. I mean, it's only just got past. If we watch it again. I've chopped up almost 100 videos so far on the Irish Derby. It's astonishing that I fathered a child, but there you go. Felt the touch of a human woman. Game enough.
At least you have the evidence to prove it, Tom.
Yeah, that's it. I've got a receipt now. What's your angle here, PL?
Clockwork at the start, isn't he? But I just thought that Anna Bailey might offer a bit of value. I made Budsit favourite, and I didn't make him as short as he is on the exchange now. But I was taken with Anna Bailey because I think Anna Bailey actually has got a good deal of early pace, Tom, and I actually think he stays all right as well. And again, he's another dog, a September 20 dog that just seems to be sort of coming to the fore, improving. Yeah. I quite liked him, and I know you said Oak Front Cadet got stopped, and I'm not convinced actually that Oak Front Cadet actually is a positive. He's in 1, so I thought even now at 2 he moved off, but I think Skywalker Barry isn't really the dog that he was, but he's still quality. Ballymac Runners, obviously, she's sort of a bit one pace and stays. So I don't think there's masses of early pace in the race. And I just thought that if Anna Bailey got any kind of break, might be able to drop inside or maybe dispute with Bud sitting outstaying.
Yeah.
So, but the prices, I think I would rather be with Anna Bailey.
That's what the portfolio looks like at the moment. I'd be happy with either of those. For not a significant investment.
Yeah.
We'll have a look at the place market as that livens up a bit over the next few minutes.
Yeah, that's not a bad chat. Yeah.
I mean, they're big enough prices that you can back them rather than lay Bocco's Budset.
Yeah.
Again, it wouldn't surprise me to see Bocco's Budset win the race. He's plenty of people's naps here, but
I just would be concerned about that heaviness of the track. He is a dog that 550 really does stretch him. Even though he wants to run to the bend. It's just you said those type of dogs they got involved. I do agree with PL that 5 can definitely probably come from behind him if it's close enough. I was saying earlier, a couple of sureties backed him in the first, second round. I think he was unlucky the first night, but it was fancy prices last week. You think he was 10-1 on exchanges, so Yeah, he's definitely been a chance. Like, the 5 dog not being in probably suits him as well.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
like people are looking at how it suits 6, but 6 is probably going to clear anyway, so probably gives him a cleaner run.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'll be honest, Tom, I never even heard of Oak from Cadet till you till you mentioned him. I'm looking at his race in the background.
Yeah.
I can put on my multi-video again, just as a. Just 'cause
Can you
I've
put up the
done it.
race when he ran against Vanderbilt Ed in the first round?
Yeah, I can.
enough
And he's absolutely. So
He
that
can and he will.
was heat 25 in the first round, and he was running out of trap 2. It's come out nice there. Sorry, I'm talking shit. He's come out of trap 3. He's not come out so well.
Rewind that then, Tom.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair to him, that's second long Sally and Vanderbilt Ed in with him. So
Yeah.
I mean, he can only beat the dogs that are in front of him, which there is obviously the. Yeah. Not as eye-catching, but it's a dog that's only had 17 races.
Yeah, but then the 2 dogs in front of him are quality, aren't they?
Yeah.
She's actually picked up a little bit of a small injury, Sally, so that's why she wasn't in the plate.
Oh, really? That's a shame.
yeah, I thought that last week after the race, just the way she finished out, she just had to be something missed. You know?
Yeah. She didn't run. She didn't run great, did she?
You should have been there in Shelburne when Ed won that race. There was a lot of fellas that couldn't believe this when they come out to the bar. When she came out to the bars, there was, all the oi-ois were up, and then very quickly Vanderbilt ends the turban. But I remember poor Tricky, who'd be in the chat there. He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it.
Okay, so my first point there. So we've got Anna Bailey probably level with Budset at that point. Lakefront Cadet miles behind. Real one for the nerds, this. We'll get to our next logical point. Which is the halfway of the ball sports signs. And we've got Anna Bailey under the O of sports there. Budset is in a similar position. The W of welcome to Shelbourne Park is my next logical point on this. I'll just pull it back a little bit. We've got Anna Bailey there on the top. Budset is in front of that at that point. No, it isn't. No, it's behind. It's on the L of welcome.
Yeah. Is that because he never led, though?
Yeah.
But they're all in, by the way. Heat 7 then. Trap 5 is vacant here. Oakfront Cadet in 1. Skywalker Barry 2. Buddy Matt running 3. Anna Bailey 4. And Bocco's Budset in trap 6. Here approaches. Stand by for a start. And they're away and racing. And Bocco's Budset gets a smart start and paces up into the turn along with Anna Bailey. Couldn't quite clear Ballymat Run, though, and down the far side. Bocco's Budget has a 3-length lead over Ballymat Run. In behind these, then comes Anna Bailey and Skywalker Barry together. They've left Oakfront Cadet at the back of the pack round the last 2 turns, and it's all come on top for Bocco's Budget as 3 Ballymat Run comes laying it down. Also staying on there is Anna Bailey, but he straightens up and kicks again and wins really in the end. Bocco's Budget flattered to deceive, but away he went and ran well in the end to win it after Ballymat Run looked like he was going to close it, or she was going to close off the last, but 29.59, that was 17.15. Yeah.
Won really well.
I think Skywalker Barry broke okay, didn't he? But he didn't quite have the early to go with him. And the Bailey just slightly missed the kick and couldn't clear.
Yeah.
Ballymat Runner, I thought probably in running might go close.
They've definitely brushed up the track plenty there. You can see it's freshly plated there, like so. Probably suited the 6, but yeah, look, he's a professional performer. He won the Race of Champions in Tralee, and he bet some field in that race, so he had a free trap beside him. So look, I thought the 3 ran well enough to her bench. She didn't come as home well as I probably thought. But yeah, look, he just kicked on again and got the job done.
What's come third? 2?
2, I think, yeah.
Skywalker Barry, yes. Yeah, that was strange, that one, at Ballymat Run.
Yeah. Yeah, surprising. Firming up, I think you're right. PM, there's 2 things to take from that. The bitch ran well in trap 3 and trap 6 ran well. Track defo drying out if that's happening.
Yeah.
I'm just being told I was offered Anna Bailey to buy. I'm going to look at this. Hang on. Let's have a look.
What is it? Was it a genuine offer though, or was it one of those ones I could have bought him?
No.
Craig said to me he actually inquired about buying Anna Bailey, I think only a couple of weeks ago, and they said not for sale. But that could have been, I suppose, from your point of view, a while back, Tom. But
yeah, it was
Rachel Wheeler trains,
at the start of the year. Yeah, I'm looking at the messages. I feel very sad now. Yeah.
Yeah, he ran okay there, to be fair to him.
Yeah. Okay, the lucky last. Ringabella Boy, Droopy's Gravy, Stories Cash Out, Vincenzo, Fernandez, and Gort Kelly Nestor. Connor, don't say there's no bet in this race. I'm happy to just watch it. It's getting late in the evening. Come on, let's have a strong opinion.
Look, I haven't even seen the prices, to be honest with you. Look, Vincenzo for me should be the classy sort in this race. He won the Champion Puppy 550 stake in Shelburne, did some huge clocks in it. Probably needed the 2 runs. He hadn't run since the stake. So he's probably coming to his peak now. I just think he's a classier sort. The way 6 ran behind, the only thing that throws a spanner in the works for me is the way 6 ran with Vanderbilt Ed last week. But is he a bit of a chaser? I don't know.
He ran well though. Should we have a look?
Yes.
Trap 6. He runs a beautiful first bend in this race.
Good break.
Like he's going to the bend with Vanderbilt.
He went to the bend well, yeah. He did, yeah.
Oh, he can go to the corner. Like, yeah, no, he definitely can. Like he ran, like he was in the semi-final last year, and as I was saying earlier, he in the trial stake of Limerick for the Derby, he bet Tullagraven. Did 29.30 in the first race. Like he's beaten good dogs and he's ran with good dogs. I just can't work him out, to be honest with you. He's just one of them. Maybe he's a bit quirky, but having said that, like, he has a CV, like.
Yeah. 52 races for 16 wins, yeah.
I couldn't believe he was bet the first night in the first round. I know there was a lot of lads on him at big price. I think he was like 12-1. And I think he was just...
He got his bum smacked by Well Met, yeah.
He paced up well, and then he says the same happened to him again. So I Hold on, he is going to the corner. That would be Vincenzo's probably weakest link, is that he's not great out of the boxes. Just a very, very fast dog. But he'd have to get up the inside of Gorky Nestor.
Yeah, we'll have a look at his last run. Trap 5 here. He's been quite lucky that he's got a bit of a solo in 5 there because of the way that 4's moved in. Gone very wide there, just been checked up by the 1. But he's kicked on. I've been a little bit disappointed in Vincenzo through the Derby, which is, he's come second and first in the 2 races, so it possibly seems a bit unfair. But he's not set your heart racing in terms of this is absolute superstar, clear Derby winner, as I thought he might well be. Because he was my anti-post pick before and hasn't quite. Yeah, he's done what he's needed to do, but hasn't really given that wow factor quite yet.
Yeah, look, I was just saying, like he hadn't ran since the Puppy Stakes. So to be fair to him, he probably needed those 2 runs. Like he could take a massive leap forward. Like if you look at his clocks in the stake, he was doing 29:20, 29:30. Well, he's done 29:45 last week, but they were the runs he was doing, so he could probably come on them few lengths. That you would expect him to. I actually would expect him to do it, to be honest with you. But yeah, see, it's interesting. It's a strange one because he was in the UK and was bought back to Ireland, which is funny enough. He was sold to the UK and then bought back, and then like he's a brother to make it for Waz. Drewby Sydney, I think it's out of Alien Nipper or something. But yeah, like it's just funny enough that they bought him and they brought him back to Ireland. And I think Packafoil maybe had him for 3 or 4 months, and he said he didn't even do anything with him. We just kind of left him there to settle in. He's just that type of dog. And then he ran him against Hanover Phantom in a good race in Galway when he broke the clock. Hanover Phantom, and then he went into that Puppy Stake in Shelburne and he just won every round of it. Did everything right.
Yeah.
It's their own.
Yeah, he came over. He came over before the English Derby, Connor, and I think he had a sprint trial. I think I remember at Toaster.
He ran in Toaster as a grader in the grader races to start, and then he went back to Ireland.
Okay.
He definitely ran in the UK a couple of times. If you look up his card there, and then he came back. Packafoil had him and didn't really do much. I think he gave him that sprint as uses, and then he won a race in Limerick in a very fast 5:50 run, 29:60 or 29:50. And then he went to Galway and he went into that stake in Shelburne. So he's actually quite lightly raced over here. But yeah, I'll check up his UK card. I think he definitely ran 6 or 7 times in the UK, I thought. Oh, he's a brother to make it for Waz. I think Frank Gray does he make it for Waz?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would have had him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he ran plenty times in Toaster, like.
Still 10 minutes to the off. If you're watching on YouTube and haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. We'll get to 1,000 subscribers one day.
It doesn't cost you anything, by the way, Tom, to do that.
No, it doesn't. No. Maybe a bit of dignity, but that's a small price to pay. And of course, if you haven't got a Matchbook account yet, if you sign up using the code Watchalong as the promo code, first bet evens or above, you get a £30 free bet if your first bet loses. Doesn't have to be on Greyhound racing, could be for Arsenal to beat Man U tomorrow, for example, or under 17s Moldovan basketball, which is the other go-to. So, and any of that, get involved. NFL's coming soon, bit of NFL bet. But the Steelers to win the Super Bowl if you want to guarantee losing your £30.
His UK card isn't actually too bad looking at it. Like, he was a semi-final Puppy Derby. I'm laughing here. He ran the maiden in Romford, like taking Vincenzo. I think he went over 575 in Shelburne, run him in the 400 in Romford. Like he bet
It's a tricky
sign
old track.
he bet sign a Goofy in the first round of Puppy Derby, 29.70. Second to sign at Denver, 29.50. He got a decent card.
That's
like,
good.
Did 29.40 in his third race of his life in Toaster.
Mrs. PL said, yeah, Frank Gray did have him, yeah. When he was in Toaster. Just got a text. She's in the West Wing, by the way. Huh?
We'll have a look at a few of these. Let's have a look at Ringabella Boy, who is in Heat 11 in the second round, running from trap 4 behind Vincenzo. Struggled to get a run in the race. Door was closed there by Vincenzo coming across. But run well enough to chase those home.
1.6 on the exchanges, just looking there.
Vincenzo, yeah.
Very short now.
Yeah. And Ringabella Boy has got, it's just come out sideways there. You would think being a bit closer to the rail would help. And we can have a look at that in the first round, albeit it's only running from trap 3 in Heat 4. Trap 3 here, yeah. Paced up pretty well. Almost got up the inside there. Checked out. Kind of ran out of puff at that point. Still done 29.73 last week. Yeah, got a big bash there. And that's that one. We'll have a look at Fernandez, given it's on the outside of Vincenzo.
Yeah, he's a quick dog, Fernandez. Has a few nice runs on his card. Ran well enough against Barry McFinn and Hoodoo Brown, I think, last week. So
yeah, I think that's the wrong video.
Yeah, it is.
That is that the wrong week?
First round, yeah.
What's
Track 5. First round, track 5, that is.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, because he's white black dog.
Yeah. Very pacey there. Leaning in a bit.
Yeah, this is when we bet Beach Avenue to get out the caca.
Yep.
This was the only success of the night in the very last race. Whoosh.
Yeah.
did you go to Oxford last night? Anyone know?
No, I was going to, but then I saw the card and decided against it.
I was going to. I was supposed to be commentating, but then they told me I wasn't, so I didn't.
You're not bitter.
I watched the Derby plate instead, Connor.
Ah, you're dead right. Proper racing. Yeah, it was ridiculous how good that competition was last night as well.
That
Yeah,
was
it
proper
was.
racing in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was excellent. Yeah.
Just a few, like you just see, there was plenty of dogs that probably the Derby came probably that bit too soon for them, and they just ran like even like the other Cobe and even like the Garyville pup last night as well. Like they all ran just to their form last night. Like
that's to be one and only bet each way at 33s for the plate. Yeah. Whether he can improve or not, you need to.
Nestor 8.6. Yeah. Decent price. Very decent price.
Ring a Bella boy. 12 to 1 into 7, Tom.
Yep. The Shrewdies know.
Ring a Bella. Ring a Bella.
It'd be really boring if Vincenzo just smashes out.
It'd be painful as well. I don't know how boring. Oh dear.
How are you faring for tonight, actually?
On Nesta.
And
on our.
We're up for the Derby overall tonight.
We're up for the Derby overall. We're just a little bit on the back foot here, but actually, Tom, probably. It doesn't matter. We'll nearly level it. No, I'm going to say we'll nearly level if Nesta wins anyway. It's not a bother. I backed Tully Raven earlier on. I backed Hoodoo Brown each way. I backed Crafty Kokoro. I backed Anna Bailey each way. So not too sad really.
Happy enough.
And this will be the party.
Yeah.
Ring a bella.
20s was just a huge price.
Yeah, got a bit of 22s actually.
Really?
One firm went 25s. Yeah, I saw the 20s nearly spat me cornflakes, and then it went 25s. Yeah.
A lot will have to go right, but we've backed it. It's certainly not beyond the realms.
Is it illegal to get smashed in?
5's the top now.
It's not illegal, is it? Come on.
Smash. PL, did you back a certain Doncaster dog to stay running from box 3?
I bet loads of dogs. Did it win? No, I did back a dog from box 3. It got beat. It's a bit convoluted, that. Just tell me who you mean. Here we go, then. This is the 8th and final heat of round 3 of the Irish Greyhound Derby. Ring about a boy in track 1. Bit of money for this one. Favourite, though, is Vincenzo in 4. Hair approaches. And they're away and racing, and Vincenzo bounces out the boxes. 3 leans into 2, leaving the gates and into the turn. It's Vincenzo from Fernandez. Vincenzo then goes on from Fernandez, and then behind this comes Droopy's Gravy, and then we've got Gorkali Nesta down far side, and Vincenzo a length clear from the 5. Fernandez 2 looking for room, doesn't find any, forced to check at the 3rd turn, and this allows Vincenzo to go well clear for Patrick Guilford. Vincenzo spins a bit wide, but straightens up and powers down the lane to victory. 4 wins it from 6 and 2. Gorkali Nesta and Droopy's Gravy qualify in the minor placings. You had a good draw. That was the thing with, I didn't say 3 would move in, but never got a break out of red. Never got a break.
Hold on, 4 just got the job done. Professional performance, like you know.
Yeah, he did. He did. He's
a classy dog.
He's a quick dog. Yeah.
29.49. Good time.
That was Dylan's main bet. Dylan Brennan's main bet, Tom.
What, Vincenzo?
He was a Hoffa man. He switched to Vincenzo, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Did he prop on his own there, Fernandez? Did he prop a little bit on his own, or did 2 catch his heels? I wasn't too sure.
2 caught him at the 3rd bend, though.
Yeah, might have done, yeah.
The one thing I will say about Vincenzo, he's just a fast dog. Like 17, 20 is a 3rd bend. Like it's a 23. It's a good run. He's coming home 12, 20, whatever, over 550. It's coming home well. He's just not prolific in any one department, you know. Like he's not ridiculous to the third bend. He's not, he's not the fastest dog the third bend. He's not the fastest dog home, but he's just professional performer. He just wins races.
And probably a fairly good competition dog because of his strength coming home as well, Connor.
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Honey's just stuck at his. I'd say, what's the Shelburne Park record? I think he's probably 5 from 6. 5 wins, 6 races, 5 wins. Sounds about right.
Should we have a smash out in this A5 at Hove?
Sure, go on. All in. Tricky must have something to this now.
Should we? I'm tempted. I
got a text off some.
Yeah.
I got a text earlier from someone. I think a dog won a hurdle 6 bend race in Crayford today at 130 to 1 on the exchanges.
Really?
Oh yeah, the red dog. Yeah.
Hurdles is the place for value.
Run, Tom.
You simply love to see it, PL.
I'm a sick man.
I love you, PL.
It's just sick, isn't it?
It's disgusting. God. Holding him behind for too long.
I don't even know what he's got to do. What's he got to do, Tom?
I've got no idea.
What are we on here for, is it?
We are.
The bullet.
You doing commentary? Yeah.
Yeah. Last race of the day. Seamus KO. Fire dog race as well. Track 5 vacant.
Hasn't won for 11 races.
I'd say we got a lead, Tom.
Strong run. No, strong runner.
Say we got a lead. At away and racing and 2 bombs out the boxes. Philo Elton, but Slippy Bullet tries to go with this one into the turn. Philo Elton goes round in front and scoots 3 lengths clear. It's 2 from 3, then comes 4, gap back to 6, and then 1 is the trail and the towels. And into the third turn, it's 2 with 4 now launching a challenge around the last 2 turns. It's Philo Elton from Slippy Bullet, who's edging ever closer as they spin off the last turn.
Oi,
2
oi.
all out. 4 on
Oi,
the near
oi.
side. He's beginning to get up and he's not there.
Oi!
That's how you get out of it, Tom. So
We've used the Robot Wars scoring criteria: style, control, damage, and aggression to get out of trouble there.
yeah.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
See, you don't need those videos, Tom. You know.
All day doing videos, change my mind. Should we do this? Should we do that? Just need to smash out a Hove and lucky last, don't we?
Yeah, the rope was catchy. Beautiful.
That was a
good old
way
Seamus,
to sign
that's
off,
what I
that.
say.
An exciting end to the evening.
Is it bad that I enjoyed that more than most of the Derby heats now?
It's the biggest oil of the night, that.
It was the only oil of the night, wasn't it?
Yeah. I think that's the definition of it. It matters more if there's money on it.
Yeah.
But
right.
obviously, we are all for responsible gambling on the Greyhound. We're betting with money we can afford to lose. Yeah. So,
hang on, I'm just going to check the account now. Oh, we won, Tom. That's good.
Yeah. There we go. Started with £500, £514. We'll have to agree what we do with the 9p because that doesn't divide by 2. So maybe we'll send the extra penny to Connor. That's it. Yeah. Well, it's been emotional. No, it's been good fun.
You can't wait till next Saturday now, Tom, can you?
No, I love it. It's what it's all about. It's
And
what it's
so
all
you'll
about.
in next week you'll be in America.
I'll be in Pittsburgh, yeah.
And what's the
So,
situation with showing replays from Pittsburgh?
I'll be able
from
to do
previous
that.
rounds?
I just obviously won't be
Still
able
be
to
able to?
bet. So you'll have to do any betting.
I'm in
Oh, I'm
charge
getting-
then. So we'll
Yeah.
definitely win next week then, won't we?
Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah, I mean that awful betting I did in that race. I won't be a repeat of that with your wily hand at the tiller. So no, we'll be all right. Lovely stuff.
Dear.
Thank you, Connor. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, lads, for having
Thank
me.
you for coming on. And yeah,
Cheers, Connor.
thank you everyone for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you all next Saturday. Goodbye.
Yeah, we'll do. Ta.
Lads, talk to you. Good luck.